It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out.
Bienvenidos. Aquí con nosotros somos Latinos in the House. Y esta noche vamos a hablar con el DJ más chingón de sur de Chicago. Henado ROCKIN ROMO.
Wait, you said ROCKIN? You didn't say, you said something else.
Hi,
Pero ¿qué está
I'm
pasando?
Stephanie, and this is Latinos in the House. What you just heard right now was a Spanish lesson 101 from Pablo Punko Gonzalez. I don't know what the intro was.
That was vulgar. That was very vulgar.
And I
like it.
I believe he was trying to say that GINO ROCKIN ROMO is in the house today. How you doing, GINO?
I'm doing great, guys. Can I introduce myself?
Oh, of course.
I'm Gino. Yes. Or he named me as Henado, which is my real name.
Henado ROCKIN.
ROCKIN.
ROMO.
Say ROCKIN. Don't put an H sound in front of it, because that sounds
ROCKIN.
ROCKIN. Yeah.
ROCK.
He
Yeah.
just put
That's
all
Pablo.
his
That's
government
Stephanie.
name. His
I'm
whole
Gino.
government name out there, man.
Yeah.
You know? Jeez.
Yeah. Shout out to the guy behind the curtain over here.
Would that be, who is that?
It's
DJ
QMM.
QMM?
Yeah.
Aw.
Thanks for the pizza and everything, the food, champagne.
Pizza?
It was great. Yeah.
We had some fancy stuff for you today.
We did.
Yeah.
We went all out.
That's
Yes,
right.
you did.
We got the
yes, you did.
vodka
Yeah.
sauce thing.
I left a 5-star rating for you guys.
Thank you.
Yay,
Yes.
thank you. That means you can return.
It was good. Yeah. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. It's just to see what you guys have for food.
Well, you're going to
You know?
have to, because you're going to be co-hosting, because I'm going to be laying on the couch.
that's
I
right.
got hip surgery.
That's right. Well, we'll come to the couch.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'll work.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully, thank you for walking in, for tuning in today. Our first guest, I can see right over there, is Sue Vargas. As always, #1 fan for all of us. Thank you for joining us. We all see Manny Man here.
Victor
Salazar.
Wepa.
Challenge. All right.
Wepa,
Daniel
bro.
Garibe, what's going on, man? Oh, my God. We got a lot of people watching right now.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I think
Must be
it's
this dentist dude
this
next to
guy.
me.
I bought 20 phones. They're all on. Yeah. So it was worth it.
And he requested a track too. You know, he wants a song being played for him. So
I do. On my way in and on my way out.
I know what song. Yolanda.
Dude, come on. Don't ruin the surprise.
well, you know that's QMM's favorite song.
It is. Oh, yeah. QMM, I'm his favorite DJ. He tells me all the time.
He does.
All
He
the time.
says it. He
Yeah,
says
right
it
after
all
he
the
tells
time.
Pablo, he tells me.
Actually, who you're sitting next to is your #1 fan.
Yes, I was.
Wait, which
geeked.
way am I going?
That way.
Oh, this way.
Not this way. That
This
way.
way.
This way.
Don't look that way. Look this way. Yes, I was geeked. Like I was
you.
telling Pablo, oh my God, Gino's gonna be in the house. I was like, oh my God, for real.
Where's my wallet?
Fanning out.
I gotta
Like,
give you some
fanning
money.
out. I was fanning out.
Wow.
Fanning out, dude.
Wow.
Like really, like fanning out. Like
Yeah.
okay.
Why
Kinda
is
like a whole, like,
Mike
it's
is giving me
close
the
to-
evil eye?
It's close to a Prince moment. Not real close, but close. Close. Like
Well, I appreciate that stuff.
Prince were to come, that would be it. He'd have to cancel.
Oh,
it out.
Prince is above me?
Prince.
What?
Prince is
Oh,
above you.
Well, you see
Prince-
what happened to him.
Wait, so he's next to Prince?
He's next to Prince.
Wow.
I even
Sorry,
I
Mike.
JT out
Sorry,
of the
Mike.
mix.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
We-
good.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. As you can see, we're just having fun here like we said we would. GINO ROCKIN ROMO is in the house, and we are so happy to have him here. Dominating 6, of course, Club Romo. I mean, if you missed the last one,
Oh, my God.
you're so foolish. And then, and then, not only that, but you know, you're a dentist.
Yes. Yes. What's today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Tomorrow I'm a dentist. Not today.
Okay.
Yeah, today's my day off.
You're off?
Today
Okay.
he's just a co-host.
Yeah.
He's just a
He's sitting here,
DJ. He's just a
DJ.
producer.
I'm just
And
a
as
guy
much
that.
as he hates it, he is a
Extraordinaire.
promoter. He is a promoter. He hates that word, but I
Event specialist.
Yes. There you go.
Ninja, accordion player,
And he's
whale
Batman.
hunter. What else? Mountain climber.
There you go.
Yeah,
Cat scratcher.
yeah, yeah. I'm all that.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Masseuse. I'm all that. Yes, yes.
Jesus.
I do all that on Wednesdays.
Oh my God.
Thursdays I'm doing root canals. Wednesdays I'm doing all of everything you guys just named.
Good
Yeah, well,
Lord.
What up, Chava? What up? Hey, Louis, the girls in the house.
Yes, he is.
What?
He's like, he's
What up,
got
Louis?
eyes like, what's going on? So, Pablo, how was your weekend before we get started?
It was good. It was
you
very
do?
chilled, relaxed.
Uh-huh.
Had a,
you do?
yeah, we just had a nice chill weekend.
That's it.
Yeah.
go
Well,
see a
you know,
movie,
after
you
Club
don't go eat.
Romo, it takes like 2 weeks to recover
does.
from
That's
that.
what I hear.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I
know?
hear. I hear you like grind them to the ground.
I do.
You like make them into like dust, and then you make
Yeah.
paste out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should write those things down. That's a real good idea.
Don't do
I
the
should really
idea
do that.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the molcajete.
I'm gonna bring a molcajete. You know what?
pero nena,
I'm gonna
¿qué tú
replay this
haces?
and I'm gonna write notes. I'm gonna start doing
There
this.
you go. See?
Be ready, Pablo.
Nena, cállate.
That Espanol is coming out.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a great idea. Well, that's good. You didn't go into any restaurants or anything?
Oh no, we went out, but you know that's none of your business, doctor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is
Is
getting
that
good.
how you talk to your wife?
Yes.
Oh yes, right. My work wifey.
Oh,
My wifey.
shit. I'm going to kick your ass when
I
we're
know.
done.
I'm sleeping on the couch again.
Why don't we
Why
just
did
go
you
straight
have-
to that?
Sorry.
Bam.
Boom.
Throat punch.
If
What
I
up,
get,
Shaba?
I'll be collateral damage if I'm in the middle. Yeah.
there you
Maybe
go.
this is a bad place for me to sit.
Just push back. Just push
Yeah.
back. There's
Whoa.
enough room. Push back. Push back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Well, at least you have a chill weekend. I mean,
Well, you and Mike are always out like in these dance party things, you know.
he was out this weekend. He was over at Local Cantina on Friday, which I did not go. And then he was over at Hall of Fame 2 on Saturday, which I did not go. So I just needed a chill weekend. I've been, class is
Yeah.
kicking my ass.
Oh,
College,
that's
going
right.
back to
You're back
college
in
is like
school.
no freaking joke.
You're back in school?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, it's like, yeah, we're not doing that again. I'm sorry. It's a lot.
It
It
is.
takes a lot out of like you think you can do it like when you were a teenager or when you were younger. Like, oh, I could just miss this assignment and I'll catch up. No, like these professors like are older now and they check your shit. So,
They check your shit.
so I'm like,
That
I
sounds gross.
can't do that.
That sounds very invasive. Yeah.
like
Let's
the
look
conversation
into
we had
it.
earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't do much, but I know we got a couple of heavy
No,
weekends
but
coming up.
I'm not joking. Seriously, when he does at his events, it takes me like time to
I
recover.
can imagine. I mean, like, no joke. I can literally imagine. Because,
But-
I mean, you guys, and we're going to get into it, like, real soon. You guys put on a production. We thought we put on a production.
Gino
I'm
does.
just
Gino
trying
does
to
an
get
excellent
where-
job. He
Oh, go on. Go on. Go on.
Hey,
Keep
I'm
going.
gonna
I'm
get-
trying to get to that level.
You're gonna get your $5 worth.
I'll fill in the gaps. Just you guys keep going. I'll fill in the gaps.
No,
I'm here if you need me.
like I said before, I deal with a lot of promoters. I've been in this for 40 years, and yeah, Gino's he's top notch. For someone who's not a promoter,
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I'm just looking for a free meal.
not bad,
That's all
not
it
bad
is.
job there. Not
not a
bad,
promoter.
not bad. You do okay, not bad.
I thought you were kind of just looking for photo ops, like, put on the wall,
You
Hall
know
of
what?
Fame.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
You're coming up with some amazing
I know.
ideas.
I know.
I gotta write
I'm
this
really
stuff
good at
down.
this, yeah.
I really do.
Do a Hall of Fame wall.
I like that.
There you go.
Okay.
See?
All right.
Anytime, let me know. Let me
Look
know
at
if
this.
you need
She's
more
pretty
ideas.
good. You were wrong about her, Pablo. She's pretty amazing.
She's all right. She's all right.
I try to be. I try
It's
to
all
be.
right. But no, seriously, Gino.
Yeah.
What a great show you put on.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, everybody says, every time we have a show, everybody says, this was your best one, and then this was your best one, and this is your best one. So I got to tell you, it makes it really hard to top the previous one because I'm always trying to find a little something different, you know, to do something anytime I do an event. So it just makes it harder and harder and harder to come up with ideas. So I'm here to listen. I'm here to come up with ideas.
Well, you know you're already working on your next thing.
Actually, everything's already signed, so really,
I
yeah,
was gonna
he is.
say, you're pretty much already booked
is
the rest of
already.
the
Yeah,
year.
everything's done already for the next one.
Well,
12 hours later.
let's talk about it because the next one is Taylor Dane.
Yes, Taylor
I'm
Dane's
excited
coming.
for. So I mean, Taylor Dane is like, that you're that's like almost like, hey, I heard a song, tell it to my heart. Oh, let's bring Taylor Dane into here. Like, what possessed you to do that?
So Taylor Dane, I've been wanting to bring her for a very long time, and it wasn't in my budget because Taylor Dane she's a mega star, and I thought I'll work my way up there eventually, and it turns out that the owner, and this is a true story, the owner from Joe's Live, we were talking about a date, April 12th, where he didn't have anything going on that day, and then thanks to Mikey O and I had discussed Taylor Dane in the past. He says, you know what, I'm going to ask him if he's interested in bringing Taylor Dane. So he asked her, and he's a huge Taylor Dane fan. Huge. He's a huge country music fan, but he loves Taylor Dane, loves Lisa. And he says, you know what? Let's bring her in. Let's bring Taylor Dane in. But I'm gonna need Gino's help, and I'm gonna need Mikey O's help. Can you guys help me do this? So it's a venture that we're doing. The first time that I'm doing with someone else. So there's 3 of us that are doing this. Yeah. So I'm not gonna take full credit for it, but I'm helping in the production. I'm helping in the promoting. And I'm helping in the whole organization of it. So yeah. So we're trying to make this a Gino style event, kind of, but it's a little different. It's a different crowd. This is so it should go pretty good. Ticket sales are doing really, really well. So
I know. I still have to get mine, Mike. That's the day of our engagement party. So yeah, I want to go. Hello, just saying.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
All right, see what you can do. I know. I love the DJs that were selected. DJ Gloria.
Yeah.
And Rick Guerrero.
Yep.
Who loves playing 80s on Sundays.
Yes.
So how
Perfect
convenient and perfect is it for him doing his Sundays on TikTok with 80s music, and then he's going to do Taylor Dane?
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that, because the manager, and I guess I can reveal this, but the manager, they're very strict. So a lot of these artists that come in, they have their writers, they have like specific things that they ask for. And this one, her manager says, you know what, we don't want music from the 70s or 2000s. It's got to be 80s and 90s. Not one song from 70s or 2000s or anything brand new. It has to be 80s. And I thought, I got my guy. I know exactly who to get. So I reached out to Rick, and Rick was like, absolutely, I'll do it. And then Mikey O reached out to DJ Gloria, and she obviously was ecstatic to do it. So those are our 2 DJs. Those are the DJs that are going to be playing that night, just them 2.
That's perfect.
The difference
I think
here,
it's perfect.
it's not a daytime.
No, it's not. This is a different thing. Yeah. So this is where the whole owner of Joe's Live. This is his concept, and he says, you know what? Let's do it in the evening. It'll start early, but it'll end early. Let's not do a daytime. Let's focus on just shifting it a little bit later in time. So obviously, this is more his event, and so that's what we agreed on. So it's looking good. It's looking really good.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. I think it's it goes out of your concept again of what you're used to doing, and even though you're partnering, it's still again something different for you in just in the entertainment business and an artist.
Yes.
Because it's not a house artist, it's not a freestyle artist. It's literally like
Top
a
40.
top 40 artist.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be great.
And my role in this will be different, because in this role, I'll actually be managing the stage. Not controlling, I'll be managing the stage.
So
I'll
you'll
be more.
be Reich?
I'll be DJ Reich. Yeah. So I'll actually be behind the scenes. I'm not going to DJ. I may or may not go on the microphone. Maybe not. Maybe yes. But I'm going to be more behind the scenes, and which sometimes, a lot of times, that's probably the hardest thing, is when you're behind the scenes. So making sure everything, put out all the fires, and nobody can see those fires and things like that. So it'll be a different role for me. So it'll be interesting. So and plus I get to enjoy it a little bit more, I would say.
Yeah, I would think so, because I saw Reich at when Voodoo was DJing, and I got video of him, and he's just standing there just dancing with his drink.
Gino. He's going to be standing
So
there.
now you get to stand there with your drink, and you get to bob your head.
Yeah.
And it's going to be cool. It's I know it's got to be a lot. I mean, you're already a dentist by day, by trade, and career. And then tell me how you started getting, because I know everybody knows your history. You came from Little Village.
Well, just in case they don't know.
Okay, well, let's give a little snaps.
So, in case
So I
you
was
didn't
born
know
at an
there are
early age. I was born as a baby. I was very young when I was born.
early 1800s.
Like
It's hard to
this,
believe.
like this,
I was
like
super young.
this, like
Yeah,
this,
like
this.
that. Yeah. Little dark. They couldn't tell if I was a puppy or a human being. I couldn't tell. But yeah. So anyways, I grew up in Little Village. Short story. I'll make it real quick. I grew up in Little Village. We moved there since I was in 2nd grade. I went to Gary School. I started going to the Boys and Girls Club. That's where I learned how to DJ. I was barely learning how to DJ when there was an open position on the 2nd floor for WCYC. I sent in a cassette. I didn't even know how to DJ. I sent in a tape. They liked it. They started playing it. Then they said, we want you to do a new mix every single week. And I started doing it, hot mix tape every single week. And then next thing you know, I'm on the radio.
For how long?
I don't know. I was thinking about I think it was at least 10 years.
Wow.
At least 10 years. So all through high school, I was on the radio station. And in college, I was there. When I got into dental school, I was still doing it, but I had to pull back a little bit because dental school was extremely heavy. Well, let me talk a little bit about dental school, because nobody understands how difficult dental school is. I've been out of school for a very long time.
So how many years did it take, first of all?
So I did 3 years of college. So normally you need 4 years of college, and I did 3. In my 2nd year of college, that's when I decided I'm either going to go to medical school or dental school. So then my counselor says, I have a very good friend of mine who's a counselor at the dental school. Why don't you go talk to him? I went to talk to him. He gave me a tour. And he tells me, you're going to be amazing. You're going to be an amazing dentist. We just met. And he's telling me, you're going to be an amazing dentist. You're going to love it. You should do it here. And they got me really hyped up. And then he says, there's going to be a test coming up. You should take it. And if you do well, you can get accepted. So I took the test. I got a score. I didn't even know what that meant. I showed it to him. He says, oh, my God, you're going to get in. All you got to do is finish one more year, and you're going to get into dental school after 3 years of college instead of 4.
Wow.
So I got into dental school when I was 20. I was the youngest in the class. And then I did 4 years of dental school. I graduated when I was 24. And I was the youngest in my class. The average age at the time was, I think, 27, 28, 29. So I was the youngest in the class. And I was done with school. And then I started working. And then the DJing, I kind of put it aside because I had no time. But my point with this is that for those of you that go to college, you go to school, you go to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how many credit hours do you take per semester?
Well, back in the day when I did go to college, I was taking literally the max, which at that time was 21.
Yeah. So we
get done.
in dental school, 32 credit hours.
That's crazy.
32 credit hours.
Crazy.
32 credit hours per semester. So that
wow.
gives you an idea. That's 10 classes per semester.
Oh my God.
Yes, exactly. So nobody understands unless you're in college and you realize, because average is like 16 credit hours, is 16 to 20 is like,
Right.
that's a heavy load. Well, we had 32 credit hours per semester. So when I would tell my college friends, the amount of credit hours we were taking, they were like, oh my God, how you can't even sleep, you can't have a job, you can't even DJ. Absolutely. So so I just wanted to point that out because there's a lot of dental students out there, and nobody really understands how difficult it is, and medical students. But there you go.
Yeah, the dog's even
Credit
saying,
to you.
you
Yeah.
don't even know.
Yeah.
Let me give some shout outs here. We got Elizabeth Glassy on here, Chava. Hi, Chava.
What's up, Chava?
What's going on? Sandra's on here.
Sandra.
Let's see
Sue.
who else. I know I saw Marsha,
Voodoo.
Perez, Les.
Voodoo. Voodoo's
Voodoo.
on there. Laz. Huevo's in the house.
Huevo's in the house.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's on here. Who else am I going to sing over here? Who else? Dan Martinez, what's going on? Thank
Cindy.
you for joining. Cindy's on here. Julius
Yeah.
Oliver's on here.
Julius.
Who else? That guy named QMM, he's somewhere snuck in here. And then Louis Segura's on here. Who else? Okay, I think, who's Kim Man Slattery?
I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Kim. What's up, Kim? Christy Hernandez. Hey, Christy. Great
There
family.
you go,
Yeah,
there you
Christy.
go. Ed Santos. Hey,
Ed
Mr.
Santos.
Wonderful. So,
Is that Mr. Wonderful?
Mr. Wonderful.
I didn't know that was his real name.
Ed Santos. Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Wonderful.
Okay.
So now, I find it amazing because my class has happened to be revolving itself around Latinos in the house. And I was talking about the CYC days and what transpired out of CYC from the Boys and Girls Club for all of you.
Yeah.
Like, you're a great example. You were there, you were a DJ, and then it was dental school.
Yeah.
Rick Party's now just made the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, by
Yeah,
the way,
Rick
Rick
Party.
Party.
Yep.
Man, I'm so proud of you. He made the Hall of Fame, Radio Hall of Fame. Big shouts out to him. He's done great things from GCI to being in Atlanta to
Yeah.
just doing everything. ESPN, The Score, all of it.
Yep.
And then Louis Segura, loan officer. I know that Rick is a tech guy. I mean, there are so many things, great things that have come out of the Boys and Girls Club. And I mean, knowing where your literally your humble beginnings were, how does it feel to like see all of that? And then how do you go about transpiring that type of energy to the new youth, our newer generations, our younger generations?
So, I take a lot of pride in my background. I really do. When I talk to people, when I was in dental school, a lot of people would ask me, they would say, like, where did you grow up from? Where are you from? And I would tell them Little Village. I'm like, where's Little Village at? And I say, well, 31st Pulaski, 26 California. I'm like, wait, is that where the jail's at? They would always say that.
You live at the jail.
And I would say, and I would get offended quite a bit. And I'd say, because then they would associate me with that. And it got to the point where I would say, yes, exactly. I grew up in that neighborhood. Actually, I still live there. So I would tell them that, and I'm very proud, not because of me, but because there are so many people that have come out of Little Village that are very, very successful. So many people. Some people get the spotlight a little bit more than others, and I like to use my platform to kind of tell people, the people that still live there, like the young people. I get a lot of young patients that come to my office, and I always talk to them. I try to mentor them, and it's funny because I've done speeches for grammar schools in Little Village, And as soon as I tell him, I said, look, you know what? I grew up in these streets. I know exactly what it's like when you're 15 years old and gangbangers are after you and you can't go somewhere because, you know, it's dangerous out there. I get it. I lived through that. I understand you. And so I can see it in their eyes that they understand that I do get it, that I do understand. And that and that you could do something with your life, and you should never give up, because a lot of times, you know, when you grow up in a certain neighborhood, you're not expected. You're not expected to do well. And then if you do well, yeah, if you do well, you're the exception. Oh, well, you did it because you're the exception, you know. And I always owe it to my parents. My parents are like super, super supportive. Pablo. I know Pablo had a thing with his throat, but he's starting to sound like a dog now. Oh my goodness! You gotta go see a doctor.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a dentist, a doctor.
Don't go see me. Yeah, don't come see me.
Not a vet?
You know, Mello likes making his dramatic.
I can help you with your canines. Get it? Yeah. Dad joke. Sorry.
Ese GINO. Qué malo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But anyways, I like to use my platform to inspire people, to show them like, hey, you could do it. You could do it. You should be able to do it. You know, don't waste time. Think about what you want to do and go for it. Why stop? Why just go halfway? Why just feel like, you know, okay, this is enough? No, keep going. There's no reason why you shouldn't keep going. So I love talking to young people, and I love to inspire. And I love mentoring even people my age. I'll tell you, I have so many dentists that have been dentists for much longer than me, and they come to me for advice. And I feel like that's a big boost of, you know, confidence, and it makes me feel really good.
Well, we're gonna give him some applause here for that.
Look at this crowd of people.
I know.
What I like, Gino, is that the stuff you've done in the past, especially because people saw where your heart is at. Because a lot of people, right, they make it and stuff, and they forget where they come from.
Yeah.
But no, not you. And then what I love was one of those events you had at your dental office. You were giving away food.
Yeah.
And you know, and we were DJing, I think, in your parking lot, and it was cold.
Yeah.
Remember, it was cold,
yeah,
right?
For COVID, yeah.
And I can't believe the amount of cars
Oh yeah.
that came during that time. So, you know, this is a man that's you're the real deal, dude.
No, you know what? I'm all about giving back. When COVID was hot, we were allowed to open our dental offices just for emergencies. That was it. So I could only open for 4 hours a day, 3 days a week. That was like pretty much our limit. And so we were closed, and I was losing money by the minute, but that's okay. You know, I really wasn't too concerned about that, and I had just opened my second office. So
I remember that.
it was putting a little bit of strain on me, but I wasn't concerned at all. I wasn't worried, and I told my wife, my wife is amazing because she gives me a lot of these ideas, and I say, you know, what can we do? What can we do? She's like, maybe you should give food away. So I started asking around, and Rick Guerrero's stepdad works for a company that they sell produce in bulk. And I said, you know what? I want to donate some fruit boxes. And he's like, how many do you want? And I said, I don't know. And he gave me a price, and I think we donated $5,000. And I said, you know what? Let's do another $5,000. So we did $10,000 of boxes, and a truck came, and we literally filled up my entire waiting room to the ceiling with boxes of fruit. And then people were just coming. It was a drive-through process, and I think it took like 30 minutes to give away all these hundreds and hundreds of boxes of fruit. And it made me feel really good. It made me feel good. And then we did another one. We gave away free tacos.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, and we had the DJs out there, you know, playing music. So it was great. I absolutely love doing things like that. Hopefully we don't go through COVID again, you know. But I'm always looking for opportunities to give back, and I think that's the key. I always tell people, the more you climb that ladder, you really got to reach back and help the people behind you.
Climb that down. Don't forget about the others, right?
Yep.
You know, COVID was such a hard time for so many people, and you know, when you're telling people that they've got to stay in their house.
Yeah.
You know, people aren't used to doing that. Like, you know, fine, you want to stay in your house because you want to do it, but being forced, fuck it, I'll say it, by the government to stay in your house.
So let me say something about that, because I'm a guy of science, right? So I really do believe, I personally feel that was the right decision to stay home, because it was so contagious. As you cough, you know, it was so contagious that the only way, and being a person of science, that was the right thing to do. But people, what bothered me a lot was people were more concerned about their businesses not making money. And here I am as a business owner. I had just opened up my second location, and I was losing money. I was losing money by the minute.
Right.
But I was okay with it because I'm like, we're gonna bounce back. We're all gonna be good. We're all in this together. But a lot of people were upset at the governor because of like, oh, we're shutting us down. But that definitely was the right thing to do. As a guy of science, I can't help it.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
And I
'Cause
think,
no
yeah.
one knew what was going on. That was the best. That was a good call.
And it was funny because I almost got stuck in Colombia at the time when all that was going on. And then when I got back, because I had COVID when I went over there and came back, and I'm like, you tested positive, you got to come back. And then they're like, right at the border, that's when they were like, we're closing everything down. I just made it out, and I was labeled as 5,557. So I only remember that number because I was in shock, and it was a traumatic time. But it was you and DJ D Nice out of Los Angeles that happened to start the same night when you decided to go on the air. And I remember I was flipping between him because he was jamming, and then I heard you say,
Why would you even be flipping? I mean,
I thought you were his number one fan.
Yeah, what? Thank you, Pablo.
Hello.
Thank you. I guess
Two-timer?
DJ D Nice. Yeah,
He
two-timer.
was
Thank you,
playing
Mike.
New Edition. I'm sorry. We all know how I feel about New Edition. It's not a secret. Played him some New Edition.
All right, in 2 minutes I gotta go. 2 minutes I gotta go. I've had enough.
How does it feel? Like literally, how does it feel to know that you were one of the first DJs to go on live, and the reaction that you got? Because you've even said like I only went on live just to see how it would go, and then that night the watch was so high.
It was crazy. And I'll have to say, I wasn't one of the first ones. There was other DJs. The only reason why I did it was because I saw other DJs doing it, and I wasn't going to work because of what I just said, right, with COVID, and I said, what do I need to do? So I looked it up, and my buddies told me, you just need this extra wire. You plug it into your headphone, and you're ready to go. And so I ordered it, and we plugged it in, and it was working. And I'm like, okay, let's go live. And that's what happened. And we had over 1,000 people tuning in. I thought, oh, my God, I don't even DJ anymore because I wasn't DJing anymore. So I literally had to practice a set before I went on live. And it just grew and grew and grew. And one thing I do like about the whole live streaming thing is because this is kind of getting a little deep, but there's always certain DJs, promoters, anybody that would complain that maybe they weren't given a chance to be on the radio, right? And what live streaming did is that it leveled the playing field for everybody, So for me, I felt like telling people, we couldn't because we couldn't see face to face, but I feel like telling people, look, for those of you that were never on radio, this is your chance. This is your chance. Don't wait for somebody to invite you to live stream. Hit live, hit the button and go live. This is your opportunity to do it. But I felt like some people that had that mentality were like, well, nobody helps me, nobody invites me. No, do it for yourself. Why would you? That's what I did. I did it for myself, and it blew up, and it was great. And I was extremely happy to do it. I mean, I would look at the videos, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so cheesy. Look at these stupid jokes.
You are cheesy.
And I was just having a great time. And then people would call me, and they would send me, I say the story all the time. People were sending me messages and telling me like, look, it's because of you. My parents are in the hospital, and they're watching you, and you're the highlight of their day. They can't wait, and we're at home, and we're connecting that way because I know they're watching you, and we're watching you from home. They're in the hospital. And, unfortunately, some people didn't make it out of the hospital alive, but then they have that peace of mind where they would say, you know what, you're the only person that made them happy. We weren't there when they took their last breath. And it was just crazy. It was crazy. I was getting text messages and DMs from people in the hospital and from home. It was just amazing. When I started getting those messages, I thought, wow, this is life-changing. This is life-changing. This is different. This is like what I really like to do. It just took on a life of its own.
Because of that, Club ROMO happened, right? Yeah. What gave you the idea to bring? Because then you got to see it, in front of the thousands of viewers, the impact of WCYC. Yeah. So what gave you the idea to bring back the band together, the Dominating Six?
So I was doing this. I was doing like every week, and sometimes twice a week, and then I started implementing guest DJs, and I had very strict rules. I said, look, it's still COVID. You need to come with a mask. You can't be COVID positive, and you cannot bring more people. It's got to be just you. So when they would come to my house, I don't know if they were expecting like a room full of an audience, but they would come in like, it's just like me and you. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's just me and you. Isn't this great? You know, stay away. You know, so that's what I started doing. I started implementing a lot of guest DJs, and it was great because I felt like there was so many DJs that came to my house that I felt that needed that chance. They needed that break. Like, they needed to get out of their shell. And I felt like, you know what, this hopefully will be something that can kind of like get you out of your shell and start putting yourself out there instead of just like, hey, I'm a basement DJ and nobody calls me. Oh, come on over. I'm going to throw you on and let's do this. So that was very successful. And then what ended up happening was that once they started letting people out, you know, I told my wife, I said, you know what, I don't know what to do next. You know, I've been live streaming. We've been doing guest DJs. What do we do now? I said, maybe I should throw a party. She says, seriously? I said, yeah, but it's got to be outdoors. Can't be indoors. So that's when I
Can it be in my house?
I did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can't tell you how many people wanted to come to my house. And my wife is like, you know, it's a little dangerous. People start finding out where I live. But that's why we live in the Bahamas. We don't live anywhere. Yeah. So that whole concept came about. And I said, you know what, let's do an event. It's got to be outdoors. So then I rented a boat. We did a yacht party. And 400 tickets. That's the max you can put on this Anita 2D. And we sold out like instantly. A lot of people, everybody, not because of that I was putting it, but everybody wanted to get out. They wanted to do stuff. Yeah. So that went really well. It sold out, and I thought to myself, wow, this is actually pretty cool. People are having a blast. They're having fun. You know, I feed off their energy, and it was great. And then it just started going on into other things. So
I love how people are responding to it. Marcos Montoya says, I said, Gino, I didn't know who Gino was until a classmate of mine at Columbia, you know very well, gave me one of your tapes. She would always tell me he's really popular on the South Side, and I've been a fan ever since.
Thank you, Marco.
Sue Vargas says, yup, met Gino on New Year's of 2020. He gave me a mask, thanks to Lorenzo Paz. So, I mean, I think COVID was it's still too close to home because it wasn't that far long ago.
Yeah.
But I think, again, there was a lot of DJs, they were going live. I happened to watch you first. I didn't want next to D Nice.
It makes it worse because then you left me to go see it. So, yeah.
But I wasn't watching the other DJs. But to watch the reaction from everybody, like we're watching now, and seeing all the remarks. Oh my God! Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. And it changed my life because at the time my mother had just passed away, which I was really grateful for the fact that she wasn't here during COVID. And it was a very dark time for me, and it was that music that brought me back to life. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I know it was bringing back others back to life. Like there was kind of like that time where the club scene was starting to die, and it was just like your music and that live brought everybody back to life. Right. Like it gave them that spark of
thinking about the old days and all that stuff.
And then it was like, oh my God, I remember back here, I remember back there, I remember when they were here, I remember when they were there. And it just did so much for the soul. Not so much for the spirit, but for the soul.
Yeah. No, it did, and I think I was blessed. I think I was just there. I was there at the right time, and everything just kind of fell into place. And I was just happy to be a part of it. I mean, and look, I'm here with you guys. I mean, this never would have happened had it not been for COVID.
Nothing but it's him.
This is, I don't know. I mean, what's next? I mean, do I go to? Am I going to become president of the United States? What doesn't get better than this?
Go for Gino. We'll become your campaign
that's funny.
managers.
That's funny because a lot of people ask me if I'm ever going to run for office. A lot of people ask me that. And my wife says, no, he is not running for office. He is not running for office. But I do.
You're hot now. You'll
I've never
win.
seen you so political until recently. Like,
I'm very political.
Really, but I've never seen it online till recently.
Yeah, I thought you were the quiet one of the group.
You've always stood like kind of in your corner, like, oh, this is kind of not cool. And then all of a sudden it was just like one day I text Pablo, go, what the hell just happened, bro? Yeah. He's like, what are you talking about? I screenshot him like, look, he's going off. I'm like, I've never seen Gino like this.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
I think we need to add comedian to your wonderful list of things you do on Wednesdays. But yeah, I mean, well, before we get to the political side, you did Club Romo.
Yes.
What inspired you to do Club Romo?
Yeah.
So Club Romo actually came from one of the viewers. Like, because people people would look at my setup and they would say, "It looks like you're at a nightclub." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my basement. I guess so. You know, it's kind of like a nightclub." And then it just happened. So one of the viewers actually coined it, Club Romo, and that's how it started. It's
wow.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Does that viewer get into all your events free?
I don't think he's ever been to my events. Now that I think
they
about it,
should.
yeah, yeah, for real.
When do we
Yeah,
hunt you
I
down?
mean,
VIP pass.
we could do half price.
I knew it.
We could
This guy's tricked.
You know,
man.
business is business.
Yeah, well, you know, buy one get one. I don't know. Let's see. We'll work something out.
So okay, so how this happened with Club Romo? I mean, me and him were.
Yes, this is a great story.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's your day.
So I had the boat party in June, and then the summer went by, right? And then in the fall, I get a call from Pablo, and he says, "Hey, Mikey O is having an event. It's at Joe's Live. I've never heard of Joe's Live. It's up on the north side in Rosemont, and he wants me and you to be two of the DJs. Are you interested?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." On a Sunday, and it was on the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. And there was something going on Wednesday, then Thursday, nothing, but it was Friday, then Saturday, then Sunday was this event. And it started at 1 in the afternoon. And I'm like, really? On a Sunday? Okay, I guess I'll be home early. I'll do it. So I went, I played, Pablo played. There was about 500-600 people there. And I was very impressed at how many people were there for being a Sunday. So Pablo and I were sitting there and we were just kind of like daydreaming. And I said to Pablo, "Hey, Pablo, what do you think if we did a party here? You know, like for the WCYC crowd, do you think that this would be a good idea?" And Pablo was like, "Yeah, I think it would be good." So then I went up to Mikey. Mikey's running around because it was his event. And I said, "Hey, Mikey, I'm very interested in doing an event here. What would it take for me to come in here?" And he says, "Call me on Tuesday. Not tomorrow, Monday, because Monday I take off. Call me on Tuesday." So then I called him on Tuesday. And sure enough, he says, "Okay, what would you like to do?" And I said, "Well, I would love to do like a freestyle concert. I'd love to bring the classic freestyle artists, have my Dominating 6 DJs there, you know, on a Sunday. It's got to be on a Sunday. I think it'll work." And then he says, "Let me talk to the owner and let me see." So he talked to the owner. The owner was like, "You know what?" He asked Mikey, "How well do you know this guy, GINO?" And Mikey and I had just met. We had just met. And Mikey put in a real good word for me. He says, "Look, this guy, he doesn't do this for a living. He's really a dentist, so he's gonna take this very serious." And the owner gave me the green light, and so we did it. And I did it because with Mikey. Mikey was the one that held my hand. He says, "Okay, you got to do this, this, and this. Do it this way. Do it this way." We sold out that show 5 weeks before the show started.
Wow.
It was just, we had over 1,200 people there, and it was just awesome.
Who did you have that first time?
We had Jesse B was there, TK, George Lamond. It was like 7 artists. Law was there. We had about 7 artists, and I can't think of the rest. Yeah, it seems like a long time ago. But it was great.
You must have been nervous before. I mean,
Julian was there. Tim Spinning Shomer was there as well.
Right. Putting all this together, I mean, for a non-promoter.
Yeah. This was something completely out of my realm. This is not something I was used to doing. I mean, I've been around a lot of, I played at a lot of events, so in my mind, little by little, I was kind of taking mental notes when I would play at events. Like there were lots of little things. I'm very particular about details. There were a lot of little things that bothered me when I would play at events, and I'm like, oh, if I was in charge, I wouldn't allow this. I wouldn't allow this. I do this different. So throughout the years, it was just kind of going into my memory bank. So when I had the opportunity to do something, I thought to myself, okay, if we're gonna do this, I need to do it the way I want to do it. It's got to be done my way because it will work. I know it will. And when we did that first one and it sold out, it pretty much went flawless the day of the show, which, you know, anything can go wrong. Anything can go wrong. Yeah. So then I started thinking, wow, you know, when that happened, and I'm like, okay, good, I got it. It's out of my way. And then everybody starts asking me, when's the next one? When's the next one? I'm like,
that's always what happens when you have an event. I want to give some TikTok shout outs over there. Shy City Liz, thank you for joining in. Freeze, thank you for joining in as well. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. I'm like, oh, Marco74, thank you for joining in. In case you don't know who the man in the middle is, he is GINO ROCKIN Romo.
It's like basketball.
El DJ más chingón de Zul in Chicago.
There goes Pablo's Spanish lesson again. Tune in next week when he has a new lesson. Anyway.
I practice this all week.
I'm very proud of you, bro.
A whole week?
I'm very proud of you.
A whole week of practicing?
A whole week.
Wow.
He texts me and he says, I'm introducing GINO in Spanish.
Yeah.
Exclamation point 3 times. Yeah. And I said, okay.
Don't speak.
Don't speak.
Yeah, that was vulgar is the word. That was good, Pablo. That was good.
Well, I always make my noise. I make noise when I
Yes, he
play.
does.
Yeah.
Kind of like Rudolph. So now you do Club Romo. Tell me how you got involved with the softball game that you did with the DJs, and it was the Chicago Police Department.
Yes. So, Mikey O and I become very, very good friends. He's like my brother from another mother. And you need to have Pablo no sabo.
Thanks, Frankie.
No sabo, Pablo.
Thanks,
Thank
Frankie.
you, Frankie. Than's for picking that up. No sabo.
I admit to that
Sabo
too.
poquito.
I admit to that too.
And so Mikey O is like, he's a guy, calls himself Hombre de Dios. And you know what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, unless that's lesson 2.
Man of God.
Yeah, man of God, yeah. So God bless Mikey O, because Mikey O, he will help anybody to do anything, and he's the type of person, he's very unselfish. He's the type of guy that loves to see people succeed, and so he was the one that kind of took my hand, like I said earlier, he took my hand, and he was the one that said, I'm here to help you, I'm here to guide you, whatever it is you need from me. I forgot what the question was.
How you got into the softball game?
Oh, and the softball game. Yeah, so then him and I, we started thinking about, let's do something for the community. What can we do? So at the time, him and I were talking to the alderwoman, Silvana Tavares. And Silvana Tavares is a very good friend of mine. She's a big fan, too. I love her. She's great. She's doing amazing things for the city and for her ward. And we were just talking to her, and we came up with something. Mikey O had done a softball game, and it was called the Comedians versus Cops. A softball game, and they did it up on the north side, and I said, why don't we do something with DJs versus cops? Let's do a softball game, and we'll raise money, and we'll get sponsors, and we'll give it all to the community. And that's what we did. I think we did like $7,000 in that afternoon, and we had a softball game, and I injured myself that day.
Big.
Yeah, I know.
Bendito.
Yeah, but luckily we had
I'm practicing my Spanish during this broadcast.
Yeah. Just don't do that with your hand on my knee. Next time. I'll let it slide.
I saw it getting lowered, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
But luckily we had the vapor rub right there, the vaporub. So I was good.
oh my God,
GINO.
these folks are something else.
Sucio.
Oh my God, you could tell they're brothers. Oh my God. DJ Voodoo says, just to say, I just want to say, as a DJ, it was awesome working with GINO ROCKIN ROMO. I love how he organized and the focus of quality. We need more of that in our industry. I agree.
Thank you, Voodoo. Thank you, Voodoo. Let me say something about Voodoo, man. Voodoo, I've always been a big fan of. I had never actually heard him DJ, but I've been a big fan of him because I've heard of him. And I decided to reach out to him and I said, hey, would you be interested in doing a set? And he said he jumped on it right away. His set was killer. It was a killer set. He was just great, just all around. And one of the things that stood out with him was I asked him, I said, hey, let me know how many tickets you want. Get your family and friends to come in. He says, nope, it's just me and my wife. Business is business, and it's just me and my wife are going to be there. And I love that. I love that about him. He didn't have to do that, but great classic guy. That was just a classic move.
Yeah,
and he killed it.
When he told us that he was going to be on, we have our own little core crew group messenger. And the minute he told us everybody was on, there's like, okay, who's getting tickets, what's going on? And that's when we bought the 3 tables, because we were just like, what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
We got 3 tables, and we were laughing because we sat in the back, and they're like, and Buddha goes, they know us well. They put us right by the bar. Because everybody was trashed when they walked out of there. And I was like, see, I told you guys.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments.
But seriously, your daytime, I think, set the tone for other daytimes here in Chicago.
So
let's be real.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So people have asked me like, well, so you kind of invented the daytimes, and the answer is no. There's been daytime since the beginning of time, right? But I do feel that we, not just me, but me and the team, we took it to another level. We really did. We took it to another level, and it wasn't about slapping something together and just see what happens, we really
focus on it.
There's a lot of thought going on behind it, a ton of it, and Pablo can tell you how a lot of the behind the scenes things are. There's a lot of stuff that Pablo doesn't even know that I'm planning and I'm doing. Eventually, it all comes out, but it takes a ton of planning.
He don't tell us nothing.
I know.
We get notified 5 minutes before he posts this.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, by the way, I'm bringing this person.
Yeah. I don't tell anybody.
But that's kind of a good way to do things, because I mean we've done that, and I gotta say, Gino, you didn't know me from nowhere. I know you, and
Who is
I've
this?
been a fan, exactly. I don't know who he
Stephanie.
is or who he, but the first time I officially met you was at the softball game face to face, and you were busy, so, but I had told, asked Pablo, I said, I really do need to talk to Gino to ask a couple of questions. He goes, well, here's his number. He goes, call him, he'll talk to you.
Yeah.
So I text him like, hi, I'm Stephanie, I know you don't know me. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on? And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And in talking to you, I mean, you are a great mentor and inspirer, because we had about a good half an hour conversation, like, what do we do here? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I was very grateful for that, because the event that we threw for Latinos in the House, there was no thought process of then this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
And then it just happened to come together really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a production, and I remember texting you, I'm like, oh my God, if this is what Club Romo was like, oh my God, this
it's
is
a
like
lot.
a lot of process and a lot to do.
Yeah.
And they don't even know sometimes. I'm like, hey, we're going to have this person, and hey, we're going to do this, and I'm about to throw this dance troupe. And by the time the production was together, it came together really well.
We give suggestions, like, oh, maybe he'll bring this person that I really want to see, please,
Yeah.
But
I
that's
get a lot
it.
of suggestions.
Yeah, a lot of suggestions.
But my mind is already made up, and
Yeah, he just does that to make us feel good.
Yeah.
But I love that you spread them apart, the events.
Yeah.
Like you're not burning it out. You're
On both
doing it
ends of the
about
candle,
6
and
months. I
they
love
get
that.
bored. Because
Yeah.
I got to admit, I mean, your daytime, from where it started to like having a lot of the North Side and South Side that knew of the dominating six, it has grown into having different suburbs now coming in. You've got Rosemont coming in. You've got, all different types. It's a very diverse crowd, extremely diverse.
Yep.
And for a daytime to be 1,200 plus, it's amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing because it's not an outdoor fest. It's not a concert. It is a concert, but for the most part, it is a party. It's just not about the concert and who you're going to see.
No.
It's an entire experience, an entire party.
That's the key word, the experience. To me, it's about the experience, and to be honest, when I'm there at the events, I'm all about the vibe. You can feel the vibe. Like people, as soon as they walk in, they want to dance, they want to party, and it's clean. It's a clean event. There's no fights, no arguing, nothing like that. Just backstage, but that's it.
Not a drama backstage all the time.
Brian says he wants to see Depeche Mode.
That's right.
Oh yeah, they're. Oh, is that Depeche Mode? No, that's not. No, I thought Depeche Mode was calling me right now. That's not that. Sorry. Shout out to Milana Gonzalez. Milana Gonzalez is on there. She's an amazing person. Her dad was actually my baseball coach.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Yeah. Great guy. What's up, Milana?
She went to your first daytime.
She was there. Yeah. She won a
was
pair of
there.
tickets. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
and
right.
she was just like, wow.
Yeah.
She sat in the back with us. She's like, wow, this is a lot. Because she's not a party goer, and she's just like, I don't know what to expect. How do you dress? Can I wear jeans? And I'm like, just come as you are. Don't come in pajamas.
No jeans.
And she had like the time of her life. She was watching all the acts.
She sent me a message the next day. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Pajama daytime.
Oh, pajama jammy jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys put it together. I'll be there.
We got it. We
Yeah.
got it.
I don't wear pajamas. You guys want me to show up like that? Are you
okay.
sure?
Well, hey, you know
Are
what?
you sure? It's gonna charge.
You know
I'm gonna charge
what?
extra.
We might have to get an extra license for that one. Polecats. The next event's at Polecats. We'll do a daytime on a Sunday there.
Oh, there's Susie Espinoza. I remember Susie. I met you San Procopius. Yes, I remember you, Susie.
What's
Yeah.
Milana say? No, not Stephanie giving me all the tea. Yes,
Give me all my
yes.
tea.
I tried to give you all the tea, girl. I tried.
What I like about your recent daytimes is that how you just narrowed it down to like one artist.
Yeah, so that's always,
Yes.
and I'll tell you this, is like, for promoters that are watching out there, because I don't want to give my secrets away, but there's always a little bit of dilemma in me. It's like, okay, do I have more artists and less DJs, or do I have one artist and nothing but DJs, or just DJs? There's always like, okay, what's the right balance? So in the very beginning, I had like 7 artists, and I'll be honest, one of the reasons why I had 7 artists because I was having artists calling me. Artists were calling me like, hey, I heard you having an event. I heard you talking about it. Can I be a part of it? And when you have, I don't want to give names, when you have certain big artists calling you, how can I say no? And I'm like, oh my God, you're calling me? You want to be part
Like,
of this?
I don't.
So then the
You know
lineup
who
would
you're
just
calling?
the lineup would just get bigger and bigger, and I've heard some people say, well, maybe next time don't have too many artists, and other people, just bring as many as possible, and so it's
And charge $10.
yeah,
Yeah.
charge $10, yeah.
Yeah, I was laughing because some people were like, "That's expensive." I'm like, it's not expensive when
No.
it's an experience. It's
Yeah,
not expensive.
it's a quality event.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
And it is hard because you don't know. So if you have like 4 DJs. Like the event that I went to was with Crystal Waters, Robin S, and CC Pennison.
Mm-hmm.
That was an awesome.
Yeah.
Like it
It's
was
expensive
the
to
exact 3.
bring them. Yes.
Yeah, but it's that experience was definitely a '90s experience.
Yep.
Like you could not deny it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best time that I had for myself for my first experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go into that and you're just like, wow, this was so worth everything. And I'm like, yeah, do you have to save if you know a GINO ROCKIN ROMO event's happening? Save your money.
Yeah.
You know pretty much when it's going to happen, sometime at the end of the year in October, because it's usually around your birthday.
Yeah, yeah, and and the
that
thing is, like, I could give tickets for free. I give tickets, which I do, and then people don't value it that much, and I can't tell you how many times I've given people tickets for free, and they don't show up.
Right.
So you got that extreme. You got extreme where like people, I want to save some money, and I want to, and then here's a prepared tickets, for whatever reason I'll give it to them, and then they don't show up. And then you got other people that were like, well, it's kind of a lot of money. I'm like, well, this artist is not coming for free. I got to pay these artists.
Mm-hmm.
It costs a lot of money, to bring them in. So.
I was laughing because when you announced you were bringing Lisa, there was another DJ who had called me and said, hey, do you know how much this artist is? And I said, I don't know. Why would I know something like that? That's none of my business.
Yeah.
So then they called, and then they called back. They're like, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, okay. And then they told me, and then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, Gino's bringing her in. And I'm like, oh, my God,
Yeah.
he's bringing her in.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you snoozed. You should have brought her in. You snoozed.
Yeah.
But I think that was a great experience for everybody.
I thought so too. I've been wanting to bring Lisa for a very long time, and I think I got her at the right time. And it's funny because I had when I had the Moenia concert, they performed on Sunday. Obviously, I got a call from Lisa's people on Wednesday, and I had called them on Monday, and I said, this is before the Moenia concert, and I said, look, I'm interested in Lisa. How much is it gonna be? Blah blah blah. They called me on Wednesday, and they're like, do you want her or not? We need to know now. And the booking agent had to tell me, like, look, he's got a big concert on Sunday. Can he get back to you on Tuesday? And so the concert for Moenia was on Sunday. And then the next day on Monday, I reached out to Lisa's people. And then I booked her, like, the very next day after the Moenia concert. But
Reich, we're live, right? No.
Yeah. Thank you, Reich, for text. And, he's, Reich. DJ Reich, he's always Mr. Funny Man. Yeah. He's texting me on my phone, for those of you that didn't catch that.
Yeah, you didn't catch that.
Yeah. Yeah, but Lisa was a great experience. She was really good. I've gotten to know all these artists. The day before, I always take them out to dinner, and I get to kind of, hang out with them a little bit. They get to know me a little bit. And then we go over the show, and it's... I got to tell you, with Lisa, her manager, Tony... she's a very, very, very nice lady, but she is very, like, hardcore. She's, like, military. She's like, nope. When she did the sound check, she tells me, I want everybody out. I don't want anybody watching our sound check. Everybody's got to go. So I had to we had, like 20 people.
In the back.
20, 30 people that, the DJs and their spouses and some of the helpers there. We put them all in the green room, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys, but they don't want anybody to watch her sound check. So... that was one of the things that
Which was
happened.
pretty cool because I like that they got to see what was back there.
Yeah.
And be a part of that.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for Lisa, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Because he normally don't let no one back there.
Well, it's funny because people go on pre-party over at Bub City because we already know that there's a line starting. So they pre-party there, so you can hear everything. You hear the DJs.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's right. Yeah.
So there was a couple of people that are like, is that her? And that, like, there was like a table right close to the wall, and they're just like real quiet. That's Lisa.
Yeah.
And after a while, they're like, why are all these people lining up? And all the Caucasians, all the güeros were like, what's going on? What's going on?
It was interesting to watch how they work because they had their backup dancers, the back vocalists, and then her manager Tony. She's one of the back vocalists, and Lisa was standing in the middle of the stage, just looking straight out, looking into there was nobody there. She's looking at her mic, just standing in front of, just the way I am. And Tony, her manager, would say, okay, she would tell the sound engineer, this mic, now this mic, now this mic. Okay, now Lisa. And then she would tell Lisa exactly like what to sing, what to say, and test it out. And Tony was controlling the sound engineer with her voice. Okay, turn this up, turn this down. And she was Lisa was just there like, okay, just tell me what I need to do.
Wow.
But it was great because they have a system, and I think probably one of the highlights to me was when it ended, Tony pulled me aside and she says, Gino, she gave me a hug. She says, I got to tell you, she said, we've performed all over the world. We've done so many shows. And I got to tell you, this one right here was the most organized of all ever. And she said to me, she goes, you really need to give a class on how to be a promoter. And I don't know if she was just saying just to be nice, but she was extremely grateful. And then Lisa called me. She goes, can I give you a hug before I leave? And I'm absolutely.
Yeah, she shocked me, Tony, because, you know, you saw the Netflix special, she was hard.
Yeah.
And then she was, what Gina's explaining about the pre-stage stuff, the pre-show, that's all true. But then later on, when we got to meet Lisa, you know, she was a sweetheart. I'm like,
but that's
that
what I've
threw me
heard.
off. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Because
She
it's
was
all
so
business.
welcoming. Yeah, she was great.
It's all business, and I can see that, you know, because she's the one who's managing her, so everything's got to be flawless. Because at the end of the day, who's it going to come back to? Is it going to come back to the artist? Is it going to come back to the person throwing the party?
Yep.
So I can see it because you're under the gun. Hey, this is all got to work out. It's all got to sound good. It's all got to be perfect.
Yep.
And then by the time the event's over, and I'm sure Gino's the same way, I can breathe.
Yeah.
We came through this. We succeeded. We did what we were supposed to do. And I can breathe again until the next event.
So talking about the next event. So we know about Taylor Dane on April 12th.
Yeah.
That's a Sunday, right?
Yep.
Now you have this house.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So I have a Chicago House Run, which is a 5K.
How did that start?
So there's a group of guys that I've known. I've known this one guy forever. He's been a good friend of mine, and we see each other every 1 or 2 years. And he is involved with the Miche 5K. So he does 5Ks with another group of guys, and he also was associated with the My House Music Festival. Remember the one he had in Harrison Park?
Oh, yeah.
That one, right?
That one.
They stopped doing that one. They decided, you know what, let's do something different. So these two guys got together and they said, you know, why don't we do a 5K with house music, but we need a face. We need a face for this. Who can we get? So my friend Miguel, he's like, look, let me reach out to Gino. And the guy's like, that would be perfect. So he reached out to me and he says, hey, do you want to be a part of it? Do you want to be a partner in it? And I said, well, what do I need to do? I don't know anything about a 5K.
Or running.
Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me.
run?
Or
Excuse me.
Or exercising.
Oh, excuse me.
No, it's ekumi.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican way. Ekumi.
Excuse me.
Ekumi.
I did run the Chicago
International
Marathon.
way.
I did run the Chicago Marathon a long time ago.
Yeah.
I ran it twice. Yeah.
Ooh, I give you
did.
credit. I didn't
I
want
did.
to.
I did do
That was
that.
enough.
I did. And so, but anyways, I didn't know anything about putting a 5K together. So they just said, look, we just want you to kind of be the face of it and help us to get the DJs and help us, you know, put this together and promote it. And that's what ended up happening. So we did one, we planned one. It was supposed to be, the original was supposed to be at nighttime. We were supposed to do it at nighttime in Pilsen. And it was going to happen on Saturday. We sold over 2,000, you know, bibs. And it was supposed to happen on a Saturday. And on Monday, we had a meeting because the police commander of Pilsen says it's not happening.
Ooh.
It's not happening because the next day, we're having the Carrera de los Muertos, right? Which is the run for the dead.
Yeah.
Pablo just translating for you.
Yeah.
Sí, como no.
Right. And so we got canceled. This was Monday. We got canceled for Saturday. So it really put a bad taste in my mouth because I'm thinking, what am I getting myself into? Now they got canceled, and I got a black eye now from this. And so, you know, people weren't happy. They're like, you know, he can't handle all this stuff. It's doing too much. And I had a couple of people say that, and I just I couldn't say anything. And this is the first time I actually talk about it. And I told the organizer, I said, look, if we're going to do another one, I need to make sure that we talk to every single person. I want to make sure that we are not going to get canceled. And I said, and stay out of Pilsen. Don't go to Pilsen because I know the poor people in Pilsen are tired of getting their streets closed and they don't have parking. I said, let's not bother the people of Pilsen. Let's do something different. Let's go somewhere else. Can we get Soldier Field? Maybe Lakefront. And they said, you know what? Let's try Soldier Field. They went to Soldier Field. Soldier Field's like, you know what? Yeah, we can do it. But they gave us the dates. They like, we only have one date available. We got Chicago Fire. We got Chicago Bears. We got all these festivals. We have a Saturday morning. It's got to be a Saturday morning. That's all we have. You guys can do it there. And so we did that. We had over 4,000 runners were there. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is just amazing. We had Tim Schomer as our headline DJ. And so it went really well. And so now we have the next one coming up. This one's going to be on Sunday, July 19th. Soldier Field is a lot more friendlier with us now because now they know that we can put something together. And we're having Bad Boy Bill as our headline DJ.
I saw that.
I love that.
So we thought,
I saw that.
well, what? Let's do this one. Let's make it even bigger than last time. Who can we get? And I'm like, well, there's one guy you could get, you know, but let's see if he's available. And so we reached out to him, and he says, "Yep, I'll do it." Yeah. So
That
him and
is
I will
so
be on the main
awesome.
stage.
Nice.
So Bill will be there. Yeah. So it's gonna be great. And
Talk about the other guys, like you have John.
K-Man, John Simmons gonna be there. Yeah.
I
and-
saw that one. I was
Yep.
like, oh, I'm
Yep,
there.
and I put K-Man, on there as well, So there's a lot of people involved in this, so I don't have like as much pull as I want to, but I do have some pull on there who can be on there, but they kind of already had, they want to target different genres, or different types of houses because it's supposed to be all house, but different types, different communities, So they want to get women, they want to get the LGBTQ community, they want to get the African Americans, they want to get them Spanish, they want to get the Filipinos.
No, I love the lineup.
I think
Yeah.
It's
I
different.
think it's
I love it.
diverse,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I saw when I saw John Simmons on there, I was like excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think that's just a great lineup. And then having Bad Boy Bill at the main stage with Gino, I think, you have to have like your little EDM,
Diversity,
your
all
deeper
that.
house
Yeah.
and everything. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great lineup.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, and it's not gonna rain. It's not gonna rain. It's
No,
guaranteed.
it's not.
It's not gonna rain that day. It's gonna be good.
gonna rain.
And even if it does, it's gonna be fine. But you get these people that are runners. They're 5K runners, and I mean, this is hardcore. This is to them. This is like no, things got to be done the right way. And so yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. I mean, we had a meeting earlier today. And the registration is this is gonna blow 4,000 people. Last year we had 4,000.
Because now you have a good reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And
this time.
all you see is what a great time ahead. What a
Yep.
great time ahead. So that boom, that's
Yep, it's gonna be good. So I took my electric scooter. I did go to the course. I'm like, hey everybody, they're like, hey, is that Gino? How come he's not running? I'll be right back. I gotta go DJ. So I'm an electric
But you're right
scooter.
about runners because it's the one thing that they complain about is
Yeah.
the organization.
Yeah.
In general, like how is it to go pick up bibs? Are they organized? Do they know what they're doing? Is this going to be a hard process? Can I get in and out? And only and you, like you said, you ran the Chicago Marathon. That's like you get your bib, you go through this process, and then you can go and have your fun at different vendors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I know. I'm not an avid runner, but running that Chicago Marathon, that was completely organized.
And you don't have to run it. You can walk it. And I think if you walk it, or like DJ Reich, he skips. He skips the 5K.
Watch him call
Yeah,
again.
that's yeah. So I got you, DJ Reich. Yeah. Oh, we got Al Martinez checking in.
Ooh, look at you,
there he
Al.
is.
Look at you.
Yep.
Hey, guess
Gotta watch
what?
my language because Al Martinez.
I know.
But what's the story with that, with the language? Oh, Al.
Al.
It's
Oh,
Al.
yeah.
It's Al.
I thought a priest is watching or something.
Yeah.
Gino's wife is watching, so watch your language.
Yeah. We should do a little prayer
Yeah, there you
before
go.
my wife is watching. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of work, obviously, that goes, behind the scenes for this 5
What are
days.
the hours for this one?
It starts at 8 o'clock. So
In the morning?
8 a.m.
What?
Yeah.
You won't
time
be
did we
up.
sign
Obviously,
Pablo
somebody
won't be up.
obviously doesn't follow me.
No, he doesn't. I follow you.
No, this guy over here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what
I know I'm signed up for it. I just
It's a
didn't know
morning
Friday
thing.
at 8. Okay.
It's a morning thing.
I can do
Oh
that.
my God.
And then you go to
Really,
church
Pablo?
afterwards. It's on a Sunday.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it's from 8 to ends 10:30. It'll be over.
Why don't you have church services over there in some kind of little booth or something?
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, that would be
like
great.
Saturday, kind of like a Kanye deal, like
Yeah.
Sunday morning service. We have Saturday vigil,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning vigil.
And Kanye is all there, so it'd be easy to get him to do stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And he's cheap, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, pair of Yeezys, sure. You know,
But-
why not?
But registration numbers are just going crazy. Like I said, we're expecting
Can they register on your website?
6,000. No, you got to go to ChicagoHouseRun.com. It's
Okay.
all going there. Yeah, so go there and register and.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
fun,
great. Yeah, it's gonna be a really
Hearing
good time.
the DJs and all that kids can't wait.
But that's happening July 19th. So that's the next one
soon.
after Taylor Dane. Yeah, that'll be here before you know it.
So, but before that, this Saturday,
Oh yes.
let's talk
This
about
Saturday.
at the Crash.
I'll be at the Crash. Yes, I'll be at the Crash this Saturday.
So you're gonna get a little taste of Club Romo because
Yeah.
2 members of Diamond 6, me and her be together, and I just found out we're gonna be back to back, and I'm excited. Your $5 you gave me earlier is going a long way. I'm excited to play, like right back to you. It's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare that I play back to back.
But he made sure you only get 15 minutes.
I know 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, he
Oh,
goes
my
on.
God. My bad.
The best 10 minutes of your life.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes of fury is what he's doing. Yeah. So not the 2 minutes of fury. That's a totally different. That's totally different. Yeah.
Oh my God! So Milana says that she wants me to ask a question. Hi Myra, how are you? Thank you for joining in. So
that's this Saturday, the
Matrix
Crash.
is on here. Yes, it's Saturday the Crash.
Free. It's free event.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that, I think, after this question.
And
Okay.
a DJ Zoe will be there as well.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
So
It's gonna be good. So it's a small bar, so it's gonna be jam packed.
You gotta
It
get
really
there early.
is. You gotta get there early, and if you do get there, save me a spot because I don't know what time I'm getting there. But it's
DJ QMM, can I go see my favorite DJ Saturday?
did he just give you the number one sign with
Yeah,
the middle
he
finger?
did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be. You guys
Crash
gotta
is
come
in
out.
Burbank. Is that literally Burbank?
No, that's Bridgeview.
Bridgeview. Okay.
I think it's 71st and Harlem.
Okay.
Yeah, 71st and Harlem.
Is who gonna be there?
Is your baby daddy's gonna be there?
No, Dork.
Hey, let's not get personal.
Yeah.
No, that's the other DJ. No.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good time.
All the
You
way at the
come
bottom
out.
of the list.
Come on out. It's gonna be great. It's free. You don't have to pay to get in, and it's gonna be a good time.
And
Pablo and I will be DJing.
And I like that Lewis is watching because
Yes.
I'm excited because I get to play once in a great while. Like I get to play back to back with Rick Guerrero sometimes. Once in a great while with Caveman, right? I will still like probably do it with Gabe, you know. But I also would love to go back to back, like kind of like this, what we're doing, but maybe on a bigger scale with our little buddy here, Mr. Segura.
That'd be great.
I don't know, Louis. Just throwing it out there.
Half
Yeah,
the time
you
I
guys
see
kind of
what you're
do
saying.
go back
Anyway.
to back almost sometimes, right?
Yeah.
At our shows. Well, no, I never put you guys back to back.
The Alcatraz
Yeah.
days, but
Yeah.
just throwing it out there. I don't know, Louis.
Yeah.
Hope you're listening to that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Funny
okay.
says, I
So,
know you're
What
on
just
here.
happened?
Apparently, he's giving
DJ
some
Myra,
little
what's up to
hints.
DJ Myra? Myra's amazing.
Mara is.
Yeah.
Oh man, talking about Mara, man. She's a great announcer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. It was supposed to be Gabriel announcing.
And thank
What
you,
happened there?
Myra. Thank you for remembering it was Women's History Day that day
Yes.
of Gino's party.
Yep. I had seen Myra and Jairo somewhere, and I said, hey, I'm going to give you a pair of tickets. I would love for you guys to come. And she's like, yeah, we'll definitely be there. And then we just kind of talked a little bit, and I said, maybe I can have you announce. She's, oh my God, that'd be great. And then we never talked again until that day when she was there. I said, Myra, can you go up and announce Jade? She's like, oh my God, I'd love it. So Gabriel was supposed to announce DJ Jade. And I told Gabriel, Pablo kicked you out. I blamed it on Pablo.
So it's the Browns man fault.
Yeah. And I said, is it okay if we let Myra? And Gabriel was like, absolutely, let her beat. So it was great. It was a great.
Oh, thank you,
moment.
Al. You gave me a shout out. Thank you, Al Martinez. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, he
Appreciate
says
it.
he blew. Yes, he did. I told you he was blown away at your set. Like he could not believe your set. That's all everybody was talking about in that little corner was, is that Pablo? Is that Pablo? And Gino's walking around with his wife, and he's just like, is that Pablo?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. From far away, I'm like, 2 minutes, man. That's it.
He's playing my house track. He's playing the house track. I'm going to play.
You're playing better than I am.
Cut
You
him
gotta
off.
go.
Cut him off.
You gotta go.
Oh my
Cut him
God,
off.
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Does it blow your mind sometimes of what you've gotten your hands into?
It does. I gotta tell you, when I'm when things are on automatic pilot and I'm there and I'm just watching it, I mean, I get a little emotional. I get a little sentimental when I'm there and I'm looking at everybody singing, like to Lisa and Moenia, like any artist that I bring. And I get there and I get a little emotional because I'm thinking, oh my God, people they're clueless of how much sleep deprived I am right now, how much time I've spent from my practice. Actually, I don't. I don't cut my hours from my practice, but it just, in my mind, I'm constantly thinking, in between patients, and when I'm driving home, I'm continuously thinking, okay, what do I need to do? I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then God bless my wife, because my wife is like, she can tell, like, okay, you know what, maybe, you're too stressed out about this. And I'm like, oh, no, everything's under control. But I do get a little sentimental when I'm there and I'm trying to take it all in. And the worst thing that happens, and I never miss it. So I'm there and I'm watching like Lisa, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I feel so good. This is great. And then somebody comes, hey bro, I remember you on WCYC. And then start giving me a story, and I'm thinking about, this is not the right time.
You're messing my mojo
This
up
is
right
not
now.
the right time. I kind of, I want to take it all in right now. So
I'm sorry for doing that to you.
yeah, you gotta stop that, Mike. That's enough. Yeah, I don't want to hear.
Let's not do that.
I don't want to hear about Mello and his stories.
I was going to ask you because I really did want to bring up your wife. That she is a godsend, like you
She
said,
is. She
because I think it's already a lot to know that your husband's already got a career and then decides to go back to DJing. How was that feeling for her?
So she was okay with it because she understands that, I need an outlet. Being a dentist, and this is a whole other conversation. Being a dentist, it's an extremely high stress job. People don't understand that. It's very, very stressful. And I'd go crazy if I didn't have an outlet to do this. And so this is something where it's completely different than my daytime job. And I can do this, and this is fun. This is fun, and I love doing it. And my biggest, thing that I receive is when I get all the people that are just happy, and I absolutely love that. So that it's a big escape, and there's no way I can do this every single weekend. There is no way. I mean, I even just for people book me for events, I say no more times than I mean, that's why you don't see me every weekend. I can't do that. I give a lot of credit for the guys and girls who do it every single weekend, because that's something I just cannot do. I just cannot do. It's just way, way too much. So for me, it's like I do it as little as possible. And when I do it, everything has to be right. It's got to be the right day. It's got to be the right time. My kids cannot have any sports going on. I can't have a meeting that I'm going to go to. Everything's got to be right. It's got to fall into place. So I feel bad. A lot of promoters will call me, hey, can I put you on this date? I can't. How about this one? I can't. How about this one? I can't. And it starts to look like, man, I'm just kind of like, it feels like I'm avoiding them, and I have to tell them, I'm not avoiding you. I just, everything has to be right, because I don't do it that often.
Well, Sandy
Yeah.
is great, because I see her in action. I see her helping you, and this last time I see her that she was more relaxed too. She was like really enjoying the whole experience last time. So no, Sandy is great.
Yeah, no, she knows how it is too. Like the morning of, it's like everything is already set and ready to go. And Pablo knows one of my biggest pet peeves. But everything's ready to go on that morning.
This is Gino's biggest pet peeve.
Tell him
the day of the event. He does not want anyone to tell him or text him, we're on the way. I'm on the way.
Yeah, I don't like it when people text me the day of the event.
I'm on the way.
Yeah, because I get so many text messages.
He starts throwing chairs.
And
you should see him.
It
goes nuts.
I'm not kidding. For one of my events, one of my daytimes, I looked at my phone at the end of the night because I kept filling it in my pocket. And I would look at it, I'm like, this is stupid. This is dumb. At the end of the night, I had over 70 text messages at the end of the night. So I decided to go through them, and the text messages were simple. This is what people texted me. Now think about it. I got 7 artists, all these DJs. I got the sound check to do. I got to worry about the stage. I'm worried about the front door. I'm worried about security. I'm worried about the bartenders. I'm worried about, the green room. I'm worried about the hospitality. I'm worried about the hotel, the limousine, the the airplane. I'm worried about all those things. And people are texting me, and the text message I get is like, bro, what time is your set? Hey, where do I park? What time the doors open? Is it today? They'll send me to, do you need anything? And it just drives me nuts.
Serving some coffee.
It drives me nuts because I only want to, or the worst one, the really worst one that I hate, and sorry, I'm gonna offend some people. People will text me and they'll tell me, I'm here. So if I'm gonna get that text message, it better be Lisa saying, I'm here. But when I get just random people, and God bless, they don't know that my phone is blowing up, and they'll tell me I'm here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Or they'll tell me, where are you? I'm looking for you. I'm like, I'm working.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Ray calls us the night before and tells us on purpose to text you.
All the time.
He reminds us early in the morning. He'll text us at 7 a.m. Hey, don't forget to text Gino.
Text him.
I'm on the way.
There he is.
It's all Ray's fault.
It's all Ray's fault. He's like, I always encourage everyone to text him the day of the event.
Yeah, look at that.
Welcome, Gino.
Yeah. So that just bothered me. So at the last, and we always have a meeting a few days before, and I tell people, look, the event is on Sunday. Don't ask me if I need anything. I don't mean to sound mean, but I'm ready Friday night. Friday night, I'm ready. Everything is ready. Everything's packed. Everything's ready to go on Friday night. I am ready. Saturday, I work. I still work the next day on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Then Saturday night, I do the dinner with the artists. And then Sunday morning, the minivan is packed up. We're ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I don't like to wait last minute to be ready. So everything's ready. So, but I do get those texts that really just bug me.
Yeah,
they bug me.
Believe me, but they
make me laugh at
That's how we. I'm like, Pablo and Mike are just like, do you have this? Do you have that? And like, Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't
Yeah.
just leave me alone. Because it's stressful when you're trying to make everything perfect for everybody.
Yeah.
Um,
But my wife, she's amazing. She's amazing. She puts up with a lot of this stuff, and she keeps me grounded. Definitely keeps me grounded.
you know, I've seen her, and it's just like, you know, she pays attention to everything going on that day to make sure your family. Let me give props to your family. Your cousin or your uncle was the one who was the photographer.
My cousin. Yep.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Paco?
I
Paco,
loved
yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
He came out the first time and he was just like, "Is this the same crowd? Did it get bigger?" And he's sitting there taking pictures of everybody,
Yeah.
and you know, your family is just so talented and so supportive of you.
Oh, yeah.
Love your sister.
Oh,
Esther,
Chris is
very,
great.
Chris is amazing.
Chris-
Yeah.
very
Yes.
right. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how are you? Very personable.
Mhm.
Hey, you're gonna go over here. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. I love her, and your whole entire. I've even got the chance to meet your mom through Chris.
Yeah.
And
She wasn't at the
God
last
bless
one,
them.
but she's been to almost all of them.
Yeah.
My mom. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just, God bless them all, because you can tell that they have your back at every point, no matter what. Like,
Oh, 100%. And it's always been that way. It's been like that since, we were always a very tight-knit family. And so I wouldn't be where I'm at if my family wasn't there to support me, because I can't imagine doing this and then my family not caring about it. I just can't imagine. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen at all.
So I want to talk about your family just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, shouts out here. I'm going to give
There you go.
claps to your wife.
You guys can sit now. I'm just standing, giving an ovation, standing up. Thank you.
Your family is very, very career driven.
Yes.
Your sister is a principal.
She's a principal, yes.
You're a dentist, and your brother is out of town, and he's
My brother
in
Caesar,
mortgage, right?
he's in California. No, he is he does solar panels.
Okay.
He is a project manager. He does something with solar panels, and he does huge accounts, does solar panels out in the desert. When he was in Illinois here, when he was like the guru of solar panels when it came to Latinos. And so he would teach other electricians how to do solar panels, and he was so sought out that a company hired him to move to California to do solar panels out there. So he
Wow.
goes to California, Nevada, and he does all solar panels. Yeah, he's amazing. He's an amazing person. Yeah, and then
How
my
did-
youngest brother,
I was going to say.
Alex, he's a loan officer.
Okay.
Yeah, he does amazing. Alex does amazing. He's an amazing guy. Yeah. He's my
How was
baby
your
brother.
parents with all this? Like, I mean, again, you're coming from Little Village.
Yeah.
Everybody has they always had low expectations for anybody who came from Pilsen,
Yeah.
Little Village, and back of the yards. We're not going to amount to anything. They're just Hispanics who are just the statistic.
Yep.
How proud is your mom and dad when
Oh
they
my
look
God,
at you guys
yeah.
and you're just like, wow.
My mom tells me all the time. She always tells me, "I'm so proud of you." Every time I call her, she's like, "Mijo, you have time to call me? I know you're so."
Aw.
She's like, "You're so busy, and you have time to call me. I'm just so honored." And I'm like, "Mom, are you home right now?" Because my dad passed away, unfortunately, 8 years ago. 8 years ago he passed away now. And so my mom lives by herself. So, every once in a while after work, I'm like, "Mom, I'm on my way to pick you up. Did you eat dinner yet?" "I already ate, but that's okay. I'll go wherever you want." So, and she always, she's always like extremely grateful. And she always tells me that, "I know you're extremely busy and you have time to call your mom and to take me out to eat." She's like, so she's amazing. Yeah.
that is so
And my dad's
sweet.
super supportive. Always very proud. I remember when I was 15, they bought my turntables, and we lived in a small house. I had it in the basement, and I told my parents, I said, I'm gonna make this cassette. I'm gonna make a cassette because I've seen some DJs making cassettes, and I want to record one. So I bought this 4-track mixer, this 4-track recorder, so you can record on 4 different channels. And I said I had to learn how to use it. So I was up till 2, 3 in the morning at times in the basement with the music loud, and my parents upstairs never complained. Never complained. And then I remember I recorded a 90-minute mix.
90 minutes?
90 minutes. At the time, there were only 60 minutes. At the time, so I recorded a 90-minute mix, 2 sides, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going to start selling this. I was already on WCYC. I said, I'm going to start selling this. And my parents are like, "What are you going to do with this?" I'm like, "Well, I'm going to take it to a place where they can make a bunch of copies and I'll do this cassette and I'll see if it sells." So I went to get a price, and they're like, and I did the math, and it was like, I think 500 cassettes. And I think I paid I took every single penny that I had in my bank account. I mean, I was in college. Yeah, I was in college. I took every single penny that I had in my bank account, and it was like $900. I took everything out. I think my account, I had to close it because they took everything out. I couldn't sleep for like 3 nights because I'm like, oh my God, I'm taking all the money I have and I'm putting it on this cassette. And I went and I had a box and I took them to Hot Jams. And I went to Hot Jams. I said, hey, Andre, can you sell this cassette? I said, he's like, oh, how much do you want to sell these? I said, I don't know. This one's 90 minutes. Everybody's is 60. Mine is 90. And then he's like, that's kind of strange. Nobody does 90-minute mixes. Mm-hmm. And he says, well, we'll sell these for a little bit more expensive, like $5 more. And I'm like, all right, how many do you want? He goes, I don't know, give me like 20. So then like literally like 2 days later, he calls me. He's like, bro, I need more tapes. I'm like, what? He's like, we sold all 20. I'm like, no way. People are buying them? Guys, I couldn't believe it. People were buying it. And I dropped out like another 50, then another 100, and they sold out. It did very, very well.
Was this GINO 2000?
This is the GINO, the first one.
Oh, just GINO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a GINO.
So you still have that cassette.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, and I got my money back. I saved it up. I reinvested. I bought a house. I was able, with the money that I reinvested it, and I
wow.
it went really well. And I was just super excited about it, and I thought to myself, wow, this is actually pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So but I was doing that on the down low. I really wasn't, I wasn't committed to that. I was so committed into school. That's what I was doing. So I would try to squeeze in a little bit of time to do, things like that. Because I really wanted to be a dentist. That was my goal. So this kind of just happened. I was lucky.
Someone asked right on the feed, how do we meet?
Yeah,
So,
I saw that.
okay, so I remember Gino when he his cassette because there was like a battle downstairs at the boys club and we were looking for another member on the radio station to fill in, because one of the guys left. Anyway, I first met Gino. He hasn't changed. I mean, maybe he has a little extra white hair nowadays, but he looks the same.
What are you talking about?
Damn, Gino, he's called you out.
These are highlights. I got these, man.
No. He was so, man. He's always been humble, and I remember that he was just a happy, like, he was like 15. I think you were 15 years old when
I was like
you.
4'11".
Yeah, he was. I was
5'3".
I was taller than him at that time. Anyways, he's like this. Hey, nice to meet you. I mean, he was just always humble, and he's always been, and yeah, he was so happy to be in that station. I think it was me, you, and Magic One. I think.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Magic One. This is like 86, maybe.
I got on WCYC. It was 80.
87? 88. That late? Okay.
1988. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I want to read what Fez said, and then I want to ask a
Fez is
question
amazing.
about CYC. So Fez said, so proud of what you made of yourself. I remember the story you told me years ago about how some DJs messed with you about not doing the after parties, after sets at the places like Prime and Tender and others. Your excuse was, I have school tomorrow. I have tests. You remember.
Yep, that's a true story. Fez, I used to love hanging out with Fez. Fez is a tattoo artist. Amazing talent. This guy's amazing, talented with tattoos. I don't do tattoos, but I've seen his work. This guy's amazing. We would go to a discount mall, and I would chat with him, and he's a great guy, great stories. Great guy to hang out with. Thank you, Fez. Appreciate that.
Richard, those of you of y'all who still have their moms, appreciate her for all she does and still does for you.
Yep.
Blessed to those who still have their mom. I agree, because losing a mom is really hard. Me and Papa, we talk about that. We have our moments sometimes, but I think it's great that you still have that connection with your mom, and that she thinks that you don't have time for her. And you're
yeah. She's like, I can't believe you have time for her. I'm like, you're my mom. Hello.
Well, I wouldn't be here without you.
Plus, we're going to eat.
It's food.
Yeah, it's food. Oh, shout out to Rick Guerrero, my compadre. Rick Guerrero is amazing. He's one of the best DJs in the city. Seriously. Yeah, he's such a great DJ, great guy. He used to take me to the library. We would, I don't know where we would come out of, but he would take me to school.
Wait, he's older than you?
Rick? No, he's younger than me. Well, when I was in dental school,
okay.
I don't know where we would be at, but there was been many times where he would be, you need to ride home. I'm like, no. Can you drop me off at the library? He's like, library? It's Sunday. I'm like, I know. I got to study. So I would literally live in the library, and I would study all day. I would get there when they would, I would get there when they would open in the morning. And there was many times where Rick would drop me off at the Library of Health Sciences at UIC. He would drop me off there early in the morning, and I'd stay there till 11:30 at night, because they would close at midnight. And those were my Sundays. Those were my Sundays. So when Fez says, I wouldn't go to after parties I just wouldn't. I didn't have the time. I'm thinking to myself, I gotta hurry up and do this set, and I shouldn't even be DJing. I have so many exams, to study for, and I got a lot of work to do. I shouldn't even be out, doing this. So I put myself on check, and I had to tone it down quite a bit because I thought to myself, no, it's not gonna be worth it for me to.
To mess it up.
Yeah, to mess it up. I can't. I'm way in too deep already. So. But yeah, Rick was one of those guys who would take me. He would take me to the library.
No, Rick's a great
Hello,
dude. Rick is. I hear Rick a lot, right? And of course at our events, and then me and him do like these new wave events a couple of times a year with Frankie B. But the one set that he impressed me the most was at the Club Romo event, where I don't know, something happened to Julian. I forgot.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right, something happened to Julian's equipment, and Julian couldn't mix. And here comes Rick, and busts out this hip hop set, and just blew the roof off the house.
No way.
Oh, that's when I was really amped. Like, this guy he's so versatile. He can.
I'm telling you, he's one of the best.
Yeah,
DJs.
man. I was really impressed when that
Yeah,
set.
absolutely. And he's one guy that doesn't get a lot of credit, and he'll never talk about it, and he doesn't care. Like whenever I ask him, I'm like, hey, I'm doing the lineup. Where should I put you? Wherever you want. You want me to put me last? I go last. You want me to put me whatever, just whatever, wherever you want me. And nobody knows this, but I'll take a screenshot of the lineup and I'll send it to him. Like, what do you think? Do I have Pablo in the right spot? Do I got Lewis in the right spot? Do I have Gabriel in the right spot? And he'll always. There's been a couple of times where he'll sacrifice his slot. He'll say, you know what? Now move me out of there. Give this person that slot.
Oh,
that.
Oh wow.
Aw,
Yeah, it's right there.
that's for you.
So
And I don't know why he's putting a little dog.
Now I know who to bribe. It's a private joke.
I do know it.
It's a private joke.
It's a private joke. Yeah, that's right.
So I want to go back to CYC. I know
Yes.
we're jumping kind of everywhere.
That's okay. It's your
When
show.
you started in 1988, you gave credit to Val at
Yes.
the Latinos in the House conference.
Yes. Yeah.
And I want to know why. I heard a little bit, but I want to know why.
So when I was going to the boys club, I used to play flag football, ping pong, pool table, soccer. We used to be all those sports. So we did all arts and crafts. We did all that, and then all of a sudden, Val Rodriguez, who used to work at the boys club, he put up this poster up on the wall, and it was a sign-up sheet, and it said DJ classes, sign up. And so I'm like, what? He's gonna teach us how to DJ? Yeah, and like 20 kids. 20 boys signed up and they all put their name on there. And he says, okay, we're going to have class tomorrow. So we had class. He had a set of turntables. It literally was 20 kids in this tiny little room. And he's, okay, I'm going to teach you what a soft beat is, what a hard beat is. I'm going to teach you how to count to 8 to 32 and 6, whatever, right? I'm going to teach you the basics. And so it was, truth be told, it was a little boring. It was a little boring because, we were like hard, soft, and then 8 beats and 6. And so it was just teaching us the very basics. And the kids that were at the end of the line, I was one of them. I was like, oh my God, I got to wait till it's my turn to do it. So the next day we had classes. Only 4 of us came. Everybody else went to play flag football or volleyball or basketball, whatever they were doing. And only 4 of us stayed behind. It was a guy named Ezekiel, Brian Rodriguez, Sergio Ramirez, and myself. 4 guys. And Val was like, okay, I guess it's just you guys for this class. And then we started teaching us a little bit more, so it was a little bit more one-on-one. And then at the time, Val was a DJ. So he was doing quinceañeras, he was doing weddings and things like that. And he says, you know what? I'm going to take you guys with me and help me set up, and then I'll have you guys DJ, practice a set, and then we would get to the wedding, we'd set everything up, and he would put our names in a little hat or a little cup, and then we would pick it out, and then maybe you DJ, maybe you didn't. You had to just pick it out. So we started DJing at weddings and quinceañeras, and I knew how to do one set, like a 145-minute set. That's all I knew how to do. I had a list. I had a sheet of paper with the names of the songs, and then the pitch, +2, +4, +3. So the pitch control.
Never a minus.
I didn't even know plus or minus, right? And I didn't know how to. I wasn't good at blending at all whatsoever. So then, I still didn't know how to DJ because it was just very, very early, and that's when Rich Martinez and Pedro Martinez from WCYC, they dropped out. And Magic Juan was up there, and he told Val Rodriguez, he says, Val, I heard you have a group of DJs you're teaching. He goes, can you have them send me a cassette and let's try them out? And then Val said, well, I got this one guy named Brian Rodriguez. He's probably my top notch. And we had, a few weeks before that, we had a party in the gym, in the boys club. Magic Juan came, you know, Magic Juan was blind,
Yes.
right? So he came there, and he happened to walk in when I was DJing. And so he asked Val, he's like, who's that guy DJing? He goes, his name is Gene, right? He's like, Gene, never heard of him, right? And I was 15 years old. And a few weeks later, he asked Val, he's like, I need your guys to send me cassettes because we lost 2 guys. And then Val says, you know, I got this guy named Brian Rodriguez, probably my top guy. He says, no. That other guy, what's his name, Gene Romo? I want him. Send me a tape. He goes, well, I'll send you a tape for all 4. And 3 of us turned in cassettes. Sergio, Brian, and myself. And yeah, my mix got played on the radio. I was, that's how it happened. I went to Mexico. I had no idea if it was going to get aired or not. We went to Mexico on vacation. I came back. I was into baseball, so I was riding my bicycle to Petrosky Park, and I was driving on my bike, going home on a Friday night, and there was a car at a red light, and I was at the red light on my bicycle, right? There's this car with tinted rims, you know, with tinted windows and really nice chrome rims, and he had the radio blasting. And I heard a song, and I heard a blend, and I was like, wow, that blend sounds like a mix. The one mix I know how to do, those 2 records, and what a coincidence. What if that's mine? The car takes off, then there's a car behind it, and I'm riding, and the car's next to me, and I'm on the sidewalk. And then all of a sudden, I hear Magic Juan say, you're in the mix with the newest member of the Jackmaster 5 and Company, Gino Romero. That's what he called me, Gino Romero. So then I thought to myself, wait a minute. That mix sounds like mine, but my name's Romo. That can't, there's a guy named Romero.
Who's that the same mix?
Is that, I'm like, what a coincidence.
And he copied my mix.
Yeah. I rushed home. I called Val Rodriguez. I said, Val, turn on the radio. There's a mix, but Magic Juan called him Gino Romero. Is that me or is that another guy? Is it just a big coincidence? He calls me back. He says, no, that's you. That's you. And I'm like, well, tell him my name is Romo, not Romero. I go, what happens now? He says, well, he wants you to do another mix next week, and then the next week, and then the next week. And I was 15 years old, and that's how it started. I started so I didn't even know how to DJ. So now I'm like, okay, now I got to learn how to DJ. And I just kept every single week, every day after school, I would get home, I would work. I work, I think Milana was referring to. I used to work at this little store called Birdie Pack. And
with the white coat?
With the white coat, yeah. It was like a little meat market, yeah, in there with burgers and ribs and stuff like that. It was frozen meat. So after work, I would go home, do my homework, and this was high school. Do my homework, and then I would practice DJing. And then every week I would record a mix. And I remember one time it was so embarrassing because we used to have monthly meetings for WCYC, and Harv Roman was in charge. And I remember Tom Ramos was there, and Tom Ramos was like, hey, I don't know, guys, but have you guys listened to the mixes? There's one mix that, oh my God, it was so offbeat. DJs, you guys got to be on your game. And I was like, oh my God, I know exactly who he's talking about. He's talking about me. With all fairness, I didn't know how to DJ at the time. So, and then I just, you know.
It was that when you were going by Gino Latino?
Before that, so when we I was working with Val and we were doing weddings and he's like, he goes, okay, now we gotta come up with a DJ name. So one of my friends, he was from Florida. He goes, there's a guy in Florida. He's on the radio and they call him Gino Latino. You should be Gino Latino. And I'm like, that sounds. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I like it. They made business cards that said Gino Latino.
You're like,
and I was like, I don't know if I like Gino. I just never liked it. I never liked it. And then so Magic Juan, he came up with Gino Rock the House Romo. He called me that once because I don't think he knew what my name was. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why don't we just do Rockin'? You know, and then that's how it came about. Just Gino Rockin' Romo. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if that ever came up in any of your interviews.
Yeah.
No.
Did it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I always say explain that because I like people. I know
Yeah.
his history. I know him since he was like a teenager. And I remember talking to
That's
Magic
why you are
Juan.
older than him.
A lot older.
Only by 4 months.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Talking gray hair, right? Well,
Oh, there you go. See, I got you, bro. I got you.
I remember talking to Magic Juan and say, "Oh yeah, he's really good, but he's got to change his name, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how that happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I go by Tony. Yeah. Thanks, Pablo.
Yeah, you're welcome. Shout out to Tim Spinning Shomer
Yes,
checking
Tim
us out.
Oh,
today.
check us out. Oh, Tim.
He's
Tim.
on.
Tim is
He's
amazing.
on.
You know, Tim is such. Tim, if you've never met Tim, if you've seen him on his live stream, that's Tim. Like he's not even like he's not even a different person. He's just so humble and so cool and just such a nice guy. Felix V. Last name is Romo. Also, I don't think we're related, but he lived across the alley from my house. Yeah, and so my mom used to babysit Felix V.
Boogeyman's in the house too.
Boogeyman's in the
Boogeyman.
house. Abrilla's in the house. So Elizabeth had a question. She says, "Do you ever consider new freestyle artists to perform at any of your concert events to help jumpstart their music careers?"
Yes, I always do. I get a lot of new freestyle artists. You know, if it's not them sending me their music, it's somebody else sending me the music. But I have so many ideas in my head, and I get so many artists that I do want to bring. And because I only do these twice a year, really, you know, in the fall and the spring, it's not that easy to put something together. It really, really is. And I'm all about giving somebody a chance. I'm all about, you know, giving somebody that has really good talent and putting them out there. But it just, once I start doing my lineup and I start thinking to myself, then I go back to that balance. Okay, now do I have too many artists? If I add another one, are people going to complain because now I got too many artists? I can't take one off.
Or is it even going to make sense?
Is it even going to make? Yes, yeah. Exactly. And then you got to remember, it costs money. I can't tell you how many times I get people that send me, they'll text me like, oh, you should bring this person, this person, this person. And I'm looking at their suggestions and I'm like, okay, that's $50,000 right there. That's $50,000. I'm going to have to charge $90 or $100 a ticket in order to be able to pay them, to do that. Once you start seeing it that way, you start seeing the numbers, then you realize, oh, yeah, okay. And then I have, I do get a lot of bad advice, I have to say. I do get a lot of bad advice. I get other DJs or promoters that they'll kind of, like, they're not scolding me, but they're kind of like a little bit upset, like, oh, well, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. Back when I was a promoter, I used to do this, and 5,000 people would show up. And so I'm just like, well, why don't you do it then?
Exactly.
Why don't you do it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead and do it. Yeah.
No, stick to your formula because it's working out pretty good.
It's working. Yeah. And you'll know when it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... I get that people love these suggestions because we go through the same thing.
Yep.
And we're only going into our third year, but the first year and even going into the second year, you're doing this wrong. You should do this. And I'm like, hey, you're more than welcome to give your own with your own money.
Anybody can live stream, Anybody can live stream. Anybody can do it. You can start your own platform, why not? But yeah, I do get a lot of suggestions. And is George Anthony in? Is he in the line? Is he?
Somebody.
I think
they tagged him. George Anthony's like my brother. He's just an amazing artist. Just an amazing artist. Just a great guy. Great guy. But Rick Guerrero, sounds like the advice we give you. Yeah, Rick. Yeah, I'm on a thread with these guys.
We're his secret weapon. Yeah. We're Gino's secret weapon.
Yeah.
We'll give him the credit.
But I do get a lot of, and I obviously I don't shoot it down. I think about it when people give me advice and tell me you should bring this person, or this person. And I do think about it, and I got to see if it fits in the formula, because in my mind, I'm already thinking who I have. And the way that this works is that there's other promoters they'll beat you to it.
Yeah.
They'll beat you to it. And sometimes, like when I was booking Lisa, I wanted to make sure that nobody else was going to get her. And, you got to jump on it because if there's somebody else interested, they'll snatch her.
I know that even when I text you,
yeah,
I was just like, bring India in. And we had to you're like, oh, she's great, but I know, there's certain aspects that you have to look at.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, no one has ever had her for house.
Yeah.
Like the only place that she's ever played house is in New York. And that was for one of Louis Vega's events. And then not even a few weeks later, I forgot that she was here with Evie Queen. Mm-hmm. And she had the salsa concert.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And there's so many people you can bring, you just don't know what's going to work.
Exactly.
You think you're going to bring an artist, you're going to think, okay, people are just going to jump on this, and you're really rolling the dice, and you're investing a lot of time, you're investing a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, it's a loss. So that's a risk that you have to take. And I hand it out to the promoters that do this on a regular basis, that this is what they do for a living, because it's such a big risk. It really, really is.
Do you ever get afraid of when you do these events?
No.
Do you ever get, nervous?
No, actually I don't. I tell my wife, I say, you know what, we're fine. If it doesn't do well, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna find, I'll learn what we did wrong, why it didn't work, and then I'll decide if I do another one. And if I don't do another one, I'm okay. Mm-hmm. We're fine. because she asked me, she's like, how long are you going to do this for? And I was like, I don't know. You know, I told my wife, we're just riding this roller coaster. You know, if it goes well, it goes well. Maybe I'll do another one. And if it doesn't go well, maybe I won't do another. I don't know. I said, you know, let's see how long we can stretch this out for. And she's been a big supporter. Yeah.
So after the house run that's in July, do you have anything you're able to leak out that's coming later on in the year?
So I will. Well, I will be playing in Pilsen. This is not my event, but I'm getting booked for Pilsen and Little Village. So we'll be doing that.
Are you doing the Blessed Agnes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't have the date yet, but yes, I will be at St. Agnes. Dominic 6 will all be there. Yep.
Yay!
I'll be at St. Procopius.
That
that's
was
in Pilsen.
that event. I was kind of worried,
I think everybody was.
right?
Yeah.
But
It
you
is
know
so
what?
good.
It turned out to be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Wow, the responses. I saw the people in their houses who were just dancing. They were on their porch. I mean, it was a great event at St. Agnes.
Yeah.
event.
It was great.
good.
So I got those two, and then September 5th. I'm excited. September 5th.
What's that?
Navy Pier.
What?
Navy Pier. We're coming back to Navy Pier. Navy Pier.
Nice.
They reached out to me again. They said, "Hey, we really like what you did last year and the past couple of years. We want you back." And so this year is going to be different. It's going to be on Saturday, the Saturday of Labor Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
And I already booked an artist.
Ooh.
I can't wait. Yes, we're going to have an artist. And the beauty about it is that it's absolutely free.
Right.
Absolutely free. So am I going to tell you who my artist is?
Of course
No,
not.
you're not.
Nope.
5
You're
minutes
not.
before the flyer will go out, we'll know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. There's 5 minutes.
The Dominating Six, nobody knows. Nobody ever knows. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I'll send the flyer to them first. And actually what I do is I normally post it first and then I send it to them immediately. You know, and
make
then
us feel good.
And they get it. They're like, "Oh, that's who you're bringing." They don't know. They just don't know. Yeah.
Man, you've got so much going on. God bless you, and God bless the energy it takes to turn around and continue.
This man doesn't drink
stamina.
coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
How do you get
And
on
he,
this?
he doesn't even drink wine. He doesn't even drink beer.
He's a human energizer bunny.
No.
But you
I don't even pee.
You don't even-
Oh,
Well, you did earlier. No.
I did. Sorry about that. It's a little accident.
Little accident. Poor Mello got blamed.
Yeah, the dog got blamed. Yeah.
Poor little mascot.
But listen, it's like, life is too short. Life is too short. You shouldn't be complaining about stuff. You shouldn't be complaining. You shouldn't be upset about certain things that you cannot control. Life is too short, and so this is just it keeps me going, and it makes me happy.
That's
I love it.
that's a huge art in itself to learn, because if you didn't learn that at a very young age, you got to find a way to learn it as an adult. Like even now, I'm seeing that mode where I'm like, okay, I gotta take a step back and not take it so seriously and
Yeah.
not take life so seriously. It is what it is, and it just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Ask him about that. Oh yes, let's ask him.
Oh yeah, last year I was at the Latinos. Oh, go ahead and ask me.
So how did you? We had your Latinos in the house.
Yes.
How did you feel about it? One.
I loved it. It was a great reunion. There was people in there that I didn't realize were under, like Gene Hunt. I didn't even realize he was part of the WCYC. That's where I met Tyree Cooper. It was great to hear all these stories. It was great. It was great. I'm glad. Compliments to you guys for putting that together. It was great to have a reunion. You got Harv Roman to come out. I mean, you know how hard it is to get Harv Roman to get out of the house?
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
Me
Yeah.
and him had a bet where he's like, he's not going to show up.
There he is. He's watching
Hey,
right now.
Harv.
Say
Yeah.
his name 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Harv Roman will not come out, and he's watching that, but you got to have Harv Roman here. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kidding, Harv. I'm kidding, Harv.
We might have some
Harv
luck.
has to come. Harv is one of those guys that he never comes out, and it's making his value even higher.
Yes.
That's genius right
Yes.
there. That's genius right there. He doesn't come
Great
out.
marketing, great.
Yeah, he doesn't come out, and it's just making his value just worth just even bigger and bigger and bigger, because he has so many stories to tell, and he's such a. If you're ever looking for like a big brother or a dad, that's Harv Roman. Harv Roman is that guy. Yeah, he's that guy. He knows so many stories, and he's a big part of the South Side, and it's a big part of freestyle.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, the Fista artist that he interviewed, that was huge, because not even the top 40 radio stations were giving him attention.
Yeah.
What was your thought process when we asked you to be a part of that, and was it what you expected? Because I don't think anybody who walks into this conference expects what they're gonna see and how much effort we put into this to make sure that everybody is a superstar that day.
Well, first of all, I know the effort that you put into it because I know what it takes to put a production like that, right? So I knew what I was getting into. I knew that you guys had taken a lot of time, to put this together. And I know how you get nervous about who's gonna come, who's not gonna come, and all that. And I thought it was a great event, and it's only gonna get better every year. That's the beauty about it. It's only gonna get better every single year. It just, because people will go to it like myself, and they're gonna say, "Wow, that was a great experience," and everybody's waiting to hear like, "What are you gonna do next?" And people like myself spreading that word and spreading like, what went down, what happened that day. It's only gonna make more people want to come out, and to be a part of it. So if you're in that if you listen to music, you should be there. You should be there.
What do you think we could do better?
What can you do better? I don't know, because your show is so based on the panelists that you have. That's what makes the show. That's what makes the show. It's like, so if you have boring panelists, it's going to be a boring show. Mm-hmm. You have good panelists, which you have always had, that's gonna make the show. So you have it's just kind of like when I do my events, I'm hoping that my artists, when they go on stage, they do their thing and they put on a good show. I'm really relying on them to be able to, to pull through and hold up their end of the bargain. So you're kind of a little bit at a risk when it comes to that because you're really relying on the people that you have on there. But as long as you have the right person, which you do, asking the right questions and squeezing that juice out of them, mm-hmm. I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it. And having people like me, talk about it, that's going to be.
I think Gene would be a great moderator.
I think so too.
I got the paperwork. You just fill out some.
I'm just saying, hopefully you're available.
Yes, we will. Yeah,
October 3rd, right?
October 3rd.
October 3rd.
Okay. All right.
October 3rd.
I'm not running the marathon that day, so that's good. Yeah.
And neither are we.
All you gotta do is what you love doing, talking.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
No, you're a good
I just
speaker.
had to look.
No, you're a good speaker, dude. No, you're a really good speaker. The funny side of you comes out. You're fast.
Yeah.
You're witty.
I don't know about funny. But Frankie V says you should read a book in Espanol.
Frankie's he's busting my nuts today.
I would do that at the end, like when they're sweeping. Okay, Pablo, you're on. Read your book in Spanish. Read it to the custodial staff right here.
I'll be like, oh my God. I'll be like, yes. And es un la la la. Yeah, that would be Pablo.
Frankie, no seas malo conmigo, bro.
No, you're talking Puerto Rican now.
That's
you're bringing your north sider out.
Yeah,
right. Keep it out. Keep it on the other side. Oh my God.
I know where you live, Frankie.
Yeah. But I'm excited about Navy Pier. Navy Pier.
You should be. I mean, this is what, year 3?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Year 3.
Year 3. That's right, Smart 3. Yeah. So I have an artist coming in. It's gonna be great, and it's free. It's free. And Latinos in the House will be there, right? You guys will be there.
We'll be there.
Yeah, and we'll throw a little plug for you guys there because you guys will be just a month after.
And we'll be interviewing because now I'm trying like this last event you had. I didn't even get to enjoy like I did the first time because I was running around taking pictures, taking videos of everybody as much as I could, just because it's history, it's archiving.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think me and Pablo, we've been talking about like, well, man, we need to start hitting these places a little bit more and start archiving a lot of these concerts or even the DJs in themselves to do our next project. But Navy Pier, man, if you've never been to Navy Pier, which I'm sure you have, you need to get there early. The first year you had that.
Yeah.
So the confusion was people thought you were in the middle by the Ferris wheel.
I kept saying beer garden. We're at the beer garden.
So people were all like pounded in the middle, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think well, obviously you wouldn't because there was a line to get into Navy Pier with cars. That sucker went all the way down to Soldier Field.
Yep.
So to even park around there was insane, and they didn't have any more parking, so you had to park somewhere else. So the second year I went, it was the same thing.
Yeah. This time it's going to be Saturday, so we'll see maybe it's a little different Saturday of Labor Day weekend instead of Sunday. Because Sunday is, I kept telling people, you guys got to get there early.
Well, that's the last day of the fireworks.
Yeah, and we'll have fireworks that
Yeah,
night. Yeah,
that's the last day of the
Yep.
fireworks.
So Saturday night, be there. Starts at 4:30, ends at 9:45. We'll have the Dominating Six. I might be able to squeeze in a guest DJ there, maybe not. We'll see. And then I have an artist coming in, free performance, and you're gonna love this artist. It's an artist I've already brought to a Club Romo. That's the clue I'll give you.
Ooh,
And
ooh, ooh.
yeah. So it'll be a Club Romo type artist for free at Navy Pier. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah, and I'll give free tickets out. Who wants free tickets? I'm giving away. You know what? Everybody who's watching.
generous,
You know, everyone's watching.
Everybody
Free
gets
tickets.
free tickets for Navy Piers, free
September-
event. Yeah.
What is it again?
September 5th.
September 5th. There you go.
Yes.
September 5th
Everybody.
is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Free tickets for everybody,
Everybody.
Who's on here right now. 44 people are
Yeah.
on here, Gino.
Yeah.
We're going to get all their names.
Oh
and
man, it's
we're going to
gonna
get free
be packed.
tickets out.
Yeah, just say you're with Pablo and you're in for our free events, free tickets.
Told you I'll hook you up.
That's
There
just
you
the
go.
way. That's just the type of guy I am. You know,
I
just give
think
it
you
free.
should
So
say that you're
generous.
with DJ Reich.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. And then
It's October.
October 18th.
Yeah, he announced it.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Put
October
it in the
18th.
calendar. Put it in
Yeah.
the calendar.
October 18th is our next Club Romo daytime at Joe's Live. I already booked one artist, and I'm booking the other one tomorrow. And I'm so excited. Yeah, and then the third
Another
artist-
one.
Yes, yes.
Whoa.
And who am I
look
bringing?
out. We'll find out 5 minutes.
You'll find
Dominating
out. You'll find out
Six.
later. Yeah.
We'll find out April.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
So October 18th. Save that date.
I got
Okay.
it. I
Yeah.
got
Oh,
it.
she's
I
putting it
got
on her calendar.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Club
look at that.
Romo.
Look at all those naked pictures.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Well, I gotta make
doesn't
sure I
know
have a
that.
call-off day available.
Yes, October
Surprised he
18th.
hasn't made the eyeball yet. Oh, there it goes. Oh my God. Okay, so September 5th, October 18th.
October 18th. Yep.
The run is July
19th. That's a Sunday Morning. Yeah.
And then
April 12th.
April 12th.
April 12th,
Taylor
Crash.
Dane.
Oh, no. April 12th is Taylor Dane.
Taylor
and
Dane.
then this Saturday
The
is
Crash.
the Crash.
Yes.
With Pablo Punk Out Gonzalez. He's
Yep.
only doing a 10-minute set, so make sure Pablo, you go see Pablo for 10 minutes.
They asked me, what time do you want to play? I'm like, what time is Pablo playing? They're like, Pablo plays at 11. I said, okay, put me on 11:10. And
I
so,
love this guy. Thank you for the 10 minutes.
So
You know,
10
minutes
minutes
of fame.
10 minutes of fury is what
right.
Pablo's going to be doing.
That's the name of my set.
I want to
The
hear that
Fury
set that you played at Club Romo.
Oh, actually, I'm going to do an extension of that.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So.
Babe, we're going to go to Crash this weekend.
Yes, and get there early because it's not a big place, and like I said, I don't like doing a lot of events. I really don't do a lot of events, and I'm so happy that Juan, the owner of Crash, he always attends every single one of my events. He's such a nice guy. Always helps me promote my events, and I thought to myself, you know what, I need to go there. I need to go and play at his place because he's been so good to me. He's been so good to me. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be there this Saturday with Pablo and DJ Zoe. So it's gonna be good. And I haven't played in a bar in a long time.
Yeah, it's rare.
Yeah,
It's-
I've never done it. Yeah,
It's
I
like
never.
a
Yeah,
little bar.
yeah.
It's awesome.
It's gonna be fun. So I get to play.
when I got called, like, who's going to be there? Because I don't really want to do like the bar thing anymore. You know.
Yeah,
I go, well, Gino's there? Oh, hell yeah, I'll be there. You know.
yeah. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. I go,
Gino's gonna be there.
Gino be there? I'm gonna be there.
I guess I gotta be there.
I gotta be there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gino's going to be there.
yeah, yeah. So
Gino, who do you want to give thanks to right now?
first of all, you guys are amazing. Thank you for having me, and I gotta give you credit because, and this is, I don't even know how to say this without making it sound like a male chauvinist, but you have so much knowledge of music.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so impressed because you don't hear this from women. You really don't. And maybe it sounds bad the way it's coming. And please don't misinterpret it. But you have so much knowledge of music, of the industry. I'm very, very impressed
Oh, thank
because
you.
I tune in and I'm at home doing paperwork. This is what I do at home. I don't. And everybody thinks that I have a butler and things like that. No. I'm at home. I just finished my butler job. And I'm listening to you guys, and I'm very impressed of your knowledge of the industry. So thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for having me.
No, thank
We're
you.
not signing off that quick.
Hell no, we're not.
'Cause I don't
Oh,
have to be
no.
at work till 8:30. So
We're not signing off at all.
no.
But now, who do you want to give thanks? Now that you, I appreciate the thanks. Believe
So-
me, thank you.
And Pablo can vouch this. You know, we have this tradition before we open up the show at Joe's Live. We always do a prayer.
Yeah.
We always do a prayer,
I love
and
that.
and my thing is to give thanks. I always give thanks to all the people that are in the room. I've always said to myself, like, the people that are in the room right there are like supposed to be there. You know, they're supposed to be there. And when I stand there and I look around, I look at every individual person, whether they don't even know that they are participating or they have a role in it, I feel so honored that they're there, you know, supporting me. And so I'm really, really big about being grateful to the people that are in my circle. Because, you know, nowadays with all this negativity that's out there, people forget about it. They forget about that. They rather just pat themselves on the back. Oh, yeah, I did this. I did. No, I did this we did this as a team. Yeah, I put the concept together. You know, like somebody has a concept of healthcare plan. This is totally different. Politics, right? Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
I put the concept together, and I really do feel that I have the right people around me, and good and bad. I've had people that are around me that are bad, and they stick out like a sore thumb, and they're no longer there, you know, and because I just don't need them, you know. But I'm really into about giving thanks. So we always do a prayer right before.
I could contest to this. You definitely feel the power of that prayer at that time. It like just lifts you up.
Yeah.
I know you had said that, and it was funny because I believe when you were giving out your 7 tickets at the time, you had, one of your questions were, which one of the dominating 6 goes to church every day? And I was here with Mike, and I said, it's Gino. It's Gino. It's Gino. He's like, you think so? I'm like, it's Gino. Watch. And then sure enough, as it came out, I was like, see, I told you.
Yeah.
But I think I said that not because I knew, but because of the way that you carry yourself and the, I don't want to say inspiration, the spirituality that you bring forward.
Good. I'm glad
to your words and to... And shows that happiness. And only somebody who has peace is able to exude that
and love
to others.
and
yes.
love. Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, and I go to church every day. Well, 6 days a week. Saturdays, I have to be at work early, but I went to church this morning. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there Friday. You know, Saturdays we go in the evening or Sunday. We alternate those. But I go to church every day, 6 days a week. As I go. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I do it for, you know, and I never put pressure on. I don't tell people you should do this. No, that's a personal decision. I do it because I'm about being grateful. You know what they say, you know, a lot is expected to someone who's a lot has been given, right? And I really do feel that I've been very, very lucky. I've been very, very blessed. And when I look back and I see, like I said, a lot of good people, a lot of bad people, but those bad people, those bad people helped me because I learned like who to stay away from, and I learned it shaped me. And you just have to be good at picking those things up, picking up those signals, you know. And I'm all about like, you know, like my brothers, the Dominating 6. I mean, it's a great group of guys. Like when people meet them, they're like, man, you know, they're not like what I expect them to be. And it goes back to when I was on WCYC. Nobody knew what I looked like because there was no social media. You know, I think people thought I was 6'5", you know, muscular. Okay, I'm muscular, but 6'5", you know, handsome, blonde, you know, I thought, you know, and nobody knew what I looked like. And when they would meet me, they're like, that's you? That's you? You look like a little twerp, you know? And everybody thought I was a gangbanger. People thought I was a gangbanger.
I remember you said that story, that they really thought.
A lot of people thought that I was a gangbanger. That they actually thought, like, we thought you were like, you know, you were a gangbanger. I'm like, no, man, I'm a student. I'm a nerd.
But why would they get that thought of you?
I think it's the whole DJ thing and the music, and then the fact that you're on the radio, so they have no idea what you look like. And now on social media, everybody knows what I look like, right? So it's funny because, you know, everywhere I go, I get recognized, and the best part I love is people will come up to me and they'll say, oh my God, look, that's Gino. They'll say that, right? Or they'll say, hey, Gino. They'll just say hi. But the best part I like is I get so many people that come up to me and they'll say something nice, you know, it's the unexpected thing. A lot of times people will come up to me and they'll say, hey, can I take a picture with you? You know, absolutely. Of course, let's take a picture. And then they'll say something nice about me. And that's what makes me feel really good, because that makes me feel like I realize, wow, people listen and people pay attention, and they're starting to feel a little bit of a connection. That's amazing to me, because all I'm doing is goofing off. It's all I do. I love goofing off like this, and I play music, and I try to be happy, and music makes me happy, and when I do my events, I feel happy about it. And it's just, it takes it to another level when I get people that come up to me and they'll say something really nice about me. and it's genuine. You know, it's very genuine. And then, you know, they'll say it next to my wife, and then they'll tell my wife, I hope you don't mind. And my wife is like, no, that's okay. My wife is like, that's okay. You're fine.
She's gotten used to it now.
Yeah, she's gotten used to it. And people always ask my wife, you know, how do you feel about that? You know, people come in wanting to take pictures. She's like, I'm always with them. We're always together. And that's the thing. She always comes with me. She's in the car.
She's outside waiting in the driveway.
We told
God.
him to bring her in.
Mike, what's
And
first?
he
Did you
said
come
no,
in?
she can wait in the car.
Give her a piece of chicken, please.
And a little bit of pasta with some cookies.
My wife is at home doing lesson plans for tomorrow's lesson at school. Yeah.
What made you start going to church every single day 2 years ago? What gave you that I need to do this?
So I've always been a man of faith. You know, when my dad got cancer in 2016, he fought it for 2 years. And my dad was never a religious guy. My wife has always been very religious. And when my wife and I got married, I started becoming just a little bit more. And then when my dad got sick, my dad really started praying a lot, and we started praying as a family. And then he passed away, unfortunately, and that stayed with us. The whole, you know, giving thanks. That's my whole thing, because I was one of those kids that wasn't supposed to make it. You know, from little bit, I wasn't supposed to make it. I was supposed to be okay, get a job, and you're doing okay. I feel I'm blessed. I feel like I'm way beyond okay. I feel like I've been blessed. Like God looked at me and said, like, you know what, I'm gonna give you a little bit extra. And so I always feel like I owe something. I should be doing something for the community. I should be using my platform to do something that's better. You know, to do things like that. So I'm all about giving thanks, because it could be snatched, you know, at any day. So anyways, a couple years ago, you know, our house is really busy in the morning, like everybody's house. You know, people are eating breakfast, people brushing their teeth, you know, taking a shower. And then like by 7:20, 7:25, house is empty. The house is empty. So then I realized, I'm like, well, I don't start, my first patient is not till 8:30, as long as I get there by 8:15. And I thought to myself, well, should I just stick around here?
Throw a quick mini mix?
Yeah. Do I do a live stream? What do I do? You know? What do I do? You know? So then I realized, my wife was like, you know, there's mass at 7:30. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to mass. And so I started going to mass. I loved it. Because it would set my mind for the rest of the day. The rest, you know, when I'm working, it's like I said earlier, it's a very extremely high stress job, because when you're a dentist, it's 100% customer service. You get people that come in that are in pain, people that don't want to see you, people that are you know, they're desperate. You got 2-year-olds vomiting on you, you know, peeing on you, and you got to do their work. And then plus, I own the practices, you know, so I still got to run them, you know, so it's a lot to handle. So for me, going to church in the morning kind of just it kind of grounds me, and it gets me ready for the day and spiritually, and I'm ready to go. And then when I go to work, I'm ready. And I had so many patients ask me, like, what kind of coffee do you drink? I'm like, you're so peppy. And I'm like, I don't drink coffee. Like, you don't? I'm like,
Café
no.
Dios.
But I went to church.
Café Dios.
So, but I never push that on people. Yeah. I never push that on people at all whatsoever. It's like, you know, that's just me. It's a personal thing that I like to do. So I've been going to church for a couple of years now.
I love it.
Every day.
I love hearing that.
Every day.
Alonzo, welcome in. Also,
That's my boy Alonzo, DJ
Thank you
Zoe.
for welcoming Susie
Yeah.
Espinoza. Boogeyman said he wants to put it for the record. He has never saw Gino in the jails that he's visited.
Yeah.
We're so grateful for that. Thank you.
Can I say something about Boogeyman? I got a beef with Boogeyman.
Oh, what's the beef? We always love the beef.
Boogie
So
beef.
I've known Boogeyman for many years, right? He was like one of my heroes. He was on GCI, and he was a guy that was he was very popular when I was barely learning how to DJ, and so when I was live streaming and I was inviting guest DJs, I had 3 DJs that I invited, and I had 3 DJs that said no to me. I was like, hey, you know, I do this live stream during COVID. I would love for you to be a guest. If I asked 100 DJs, 97 said yes. I had 3 that said no. And Boogeyman was one that said no to me. He says, no.
Bad Boogie.
Boogie.
Yes.
Bad Boogie.
Yeah, so.
I'm calling the cops on your ass.
But let me tell you the story, because, okay, so then I called him, and he was very upset. And we had this great conversation. He was here not that long ago, and I was listening to the whole show. And he's very knowledgeable, and he's got his opinions on how the industry and things like that. But he's been around for a long time, so he's got a valid point to what he has to say. So we got into this great conversation. And I'm like, you don't want to come do a live stream? He says, no. And I'll tell you why. He goes, because all you DJs that are live streaming, you're not giving credit to all the artists. You're playing their music, and these artists and producers, they're not making any money, and you guys are playing. That should not be allowed, and that's not right. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you're right. I get that. It was the whole thing about not getting the artists.
royalties.
We're not getting royalties
Yeah.
because we're live streaming. And I said, you know what? Well, and yeah, he was concerned about the copyright. He was.
Here he goes, yep.
See, he knows, right? And I said, okay, well, you know what? Well, maybe we'll go have a burger one day. We still haven't had a chance to
So
get
right, he
together.
owes me tacos in a Corona. So
Well,
don't worry
fast
about it.
forward, now he's live streaming every Friday,
I know,
right?
I know.
Anyways, but
That's the beef.
but that was a great conversation that we had. We got into it, and it was very interesting to see his point of view regarding that. And I thought it was legit. It was a legit reason. But when now he's live streaming all the time, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what about these artists? What about these royalties?
Well,
What's going
He's
on?
one of the artists.
Yeah, exactly. But
So
good guy.
Susie Espinosa says, yes, I believe God put you in my path. I tuned in during Thanksgiving tribute for Magic Juan
Oh,
and
yeah?
Lupe. Rest
Yeah.
in peace. And you really touched my soul. I'm really so grateful to have met you. That's very sweet. I
Yeah,
love
thank you,
that.
Susie. Yep.
And then I see here, Julie Salver, I go to church every Sunday at St. Edmunds in Oak Park, and every Tuesday to Alpha. Oh, I've been to Alpha. That's a great class. I highly recommend it for anybody who's questioning faith. It's about people getting together and talking about Jesus, God, relationships, and learning from each other. I totally agree.
Good.
I totally agree. I think, I think people get nervous about talking about religion because
Yeah.
it can be a very argumentative situation.
Yeah, do what's right for you.
I agree.
Do what you feel is what you need, and for me, it just works for me, and I like it. And for those people that have faith, and hopefully that comes across when you see me, meet me, or whatever, and hopefully it does come across, and hopefully you feel like, you know what, okay, I see where he gets it from, and-
Yeah, like I said, when I see your lives in the morning, according to Pablo, I'm the first one to comment.
You are. You are. There goes Stephanie. There goes Stephanie. She had to be the first one.
Yeah.
But you do.
She's supposed to be.
you know that.
She's supposed to be 500 feet away from me.
Exactly.
That's
right.
500, just 500, according to Mike. But I think even with Pablo, even with Mike has always got that happy spirit.
Yeah.
I try. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a work in progress, I think. But when you truly have that spirit in you, that peace, and it shows through, and you definitely exude that through your videos, through anything that you've
Good.
done.
I'm glad.
And
I'm
I
glad
think
it comes
it's
through.
Great. It does. It does.
I'm glad it comes through because and people, this is the way I am. I'm not acting,
He's not. That's why I told you that story when I first met him when he was 15.
Yeah.
He's the same. Very, very the same. He hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Very humble. I mean, I don't go to church every weekend.
Obviously.
I'm going
No,
more
he's
often.
starting now.
I'm just kidding.
He's starting
I'm
to
going
build
more
more
often.
now.
Well,
But
you know
just
what,
because-
Pablo? You can go to Spanish Mass now.
Oh,
Actually,
there you go.
I do.
Yes.
Your voice.
Wow.
Okay. But what I'm trying to say is that even though I don't go every weekend, it doesn't mean that I don't believe. So there's a lot of people
I
like
agree.
me that
I agree.
don't get
I-
a chance.
I never push that on
Yeah,
people. If
yeah.
you want to go to heaven, you should go. But I never push that. I never push that upon you ever, Pablo.
Babe, we're going to hell.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, look who's on here. Gabriel, get down, Garcia.
Oh, my best friend since 6th grade.
From Paperboy
Yeah.
to Dennis, promoter, DJ, and man of faith. Mellow,
And you see
get
that
down.
arm, that muscle that he put on there?
Uh-huh, he's like,
And I go to, yeah, he likes that.
There you go. I gave sound effects.
Yeah.
So there was a question from a listener: who's harder to come out, Carv Roman or Gabriel Get Down Garcia?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
No, I've been working on Gabriel for years. I've been working on him. I got him out of his shell, and now he just lets loose. He's just wild. He's a wild man.
Oh, really?
Gabriel, yeah, no, Gabriel's such a great guy. Gabriel's one of the smartest people I know. He really is. That man can fix anything, or he thinks he can fix everything.
There you go.
But no, he can literally fix it. He's one of the smartest people I know. And I don't know if people, well, that's the thing is, like, he doesn't do stuff like this, but I really wish he did, because I hope that does come through. He's one of the smartest people that I've ever known in my life. I mean, that guy knows a little bit about everything and nothing about nothing. That's a joke. No, he definitely is one of the smartest people I know. We've known each other since 6th grade, best friends since 6th grade. I was the one that got him into DJing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was the type that just, he wasn't into music at the time. He liked it, but he wasn't into it. I was the one that got him into DJing, and him and I pretty much learned. He learned a little bit after I did, and we would do, we would go to parties together, and that's what we would do.
Here's a Gabriel Guetan Garcia story, and a GINO ROCKIN ROMO story, and a Dab 86 story.
Hey, Nandi, thank you.
What's up, Nandi?
That includes Gabriel. So I don't know if you remember, there was a battle of the DJs, and the Dab 86 were in. It was a
Hold on a
Midwest
second. I gotta
battle.
do my chapstick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you want some water? Do you want some more water?
You want
You
some?
pass it, thanks.
Oh.
What happened? So anyway,
You're gonna need some penicillin if you get.
wow. Oh, no, so I'm gonna need some holy water, according to you, right?
No.
But here's
You
Gabriel.
don't know where this has been.
Here's Gabriel's story. Gabriel is a very talented DJ, and
Yes.
we had that battle of DJs, and he put on a good set that day at the battle. He was doing the scratching and all that other stuff, and he might be quiet, but I call him the secret weapon of the Dab 86.
He is a
You
secret
just
weapon.
never know.
Yeah, he's a secret weapon / dancer.
He's the best. He jukes better than Rick.
Rick is a twerker.
Yeah,
He's a twerker.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that.
Gabriel can out-twerk Rick.
Yeah.
No
Yes,
way.
he can. Yes, he can.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh yeah. We got videos.
wanna
They're
see
not
this.
AI. They're not AI. They're a little
September
disturbing.
5th, I want to see this.
Yeah.
That's just performing on stage. It's
Yeah.
Gabriel
Yeah.
twerking.
Yeah.
All
Careful
I
what
see
you
is this
careful
girl
what
with
you
the
ask for.
glasses and the little stringy hair going like this.
Careful what you ask for. Here's the saying.
DJ Zoe, welcome in. Let's see. Gabriel Garcia is the only tech guy that can also do a root canal. What? Why?
What?
Did
No.
you teach him?
No.
They teach her to do that.
Maybe he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he knows how to do root canals. I wouldn't be surprised. That's
Oh,
Gabriel.
Gabriel said you guys sat next to each other in 8th grade, copying his homework.
I didn't copy his homework. You got no proof of that, Gabriel. You know what? Go to sleep. Vete a dormir.
You know,
Yeah.
have you been
Yeah.
tested like as a genius?
Me?
Because I was listening to what you were saying earlier about you finished college in 3 years,
Yeah.
you finished dentist school in 4, which the average, which I do know, is like anywhere between 26 and 27. Were you like deemed a genius or like
No.
high?
No. So here's a big confession. People think I'm smart. I'm not smart. I'm just a hard worker. I just work. I work really hard. So I'm not smart. So everything that I've done, it's never come easy. Never. I'm not one of those people that can just show up to school, take an exam, and ace it. That's not me. I was the type of guy that I would be like, oh my God, if I took this test right now, I'd get a C- or a D+. I'd have to work at it, and I'd study, and I sacrificed so many hours. I did that so many times. I just sacrifice. So even the DJing, I would spend so many hours. I had such a hard time staying on beat, and it still happens, but that's because somebody bumps the table,
Like now?
Like now, exactly. So yeah, no, I'm not one of those smart ones. Gabriel's one of the smart ones. I'm just a really hard worker. My work ethic has always been pretty. I mean, I'm getting a lot lazier now. Now I'm at the point where.
close to retirement. Why not?
Yeah. Do I have to take a shower? I mean,
No wonder.
I mean, it just.
That's why the dog is coming by here.
Right. Yes. Do I have? There's so much work. No. So, what does Boogeyman say?
He
Lunch
says
or dinner? My treat. Let's
Yes,
do it
it's
too.
you, Pablo, me, +1.
Sounds good. Gibson's.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Gibson's.
I like that. I like that. Yeah,
Thanks,
Boogie
Boogie.
Gibson's. Thank you, Boogie.
I'm gonna
You
bring
did
some
that.
friends. I'm gonna announce it on Facebook. I'll bring some friends. Hope you don't mind, Boogeyman. Hope you don't mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
But yeah.
God.
So no. I'm not smart. I just work really hard. So that's why I don't apologize. I don't apologize for the good stuff that's happened because there's been a lot of bad stuff that's happened. It's just a matter of how you deal with it. That's the key. You got to learn how to deal with failure, and you got to be okay with failing. And some people will fail, and then they just give up. They quit. They're like, then you never know what potential you have. And the key is to know how to handle that.
Yeah.
And then when you get, you're doing a project or you're doing anything you're doing, you get people chirping in your ear, giving you advice. A lot of that is bad advice. So you have to always think about, okay, what is, what is the ulterior motive of this person? Because there's always, a lot of times, I hate to say, there's ulterior motives behind this, behind what they tell you. So I've learned how to filter that out, and I always run it through my wife. I'm like, hey, here's what I'm thinking about doing. Oh my God, what are you gonna do now? And then I'll tell her, I'm like, what do you think? And then she'll tell me, well, if you're gonna do it right. Do it right, and she knows me. I like to do things the right way, and she'll guide me. And so I keep it to myself. I don't like to ask people. I go only to very limited amount of people around my circle. I'll go to them for advice. I'm very, very careful on who I talk to and when I ask for advice. And a lot of times what I do is I sleep on it. Literally, I sleep on it. 2 or 3 days, I don't say a word. I just sleep on it. And then if 3 or 4 days later, if it feels right, then I know I'm supposed to do it. If it doesn't feel right, I'm like, nah, I dodged the bullet.
Here's another Gino secret.
Yeah.
This man doesn't swear.
I don't swear.
How is that? I mean, I've never heard him swear. I mean, I'm sure you had some pretty upset moments in your life. You had.
The last time I swore, I'm not gonna lie. The last time I swore, I was in first grade.
You see what I mean?
I was in first grade. We used to live. We used to live by
What are you
UIC.
looking at, Mike?
We used to live by UIC. We used to live by UIC and right by Cook County Hospital and University of Illinois Hospital. And so in first grade, my best friend was this little black kid, and he was Gerald Jackson. My best friend had an afro, really white teeth, and he was my best friend. And he used to say the BS word. See, I don't say it. I'll just spell it out. He used to say it all the time. BS, BS, BS. He would walk around the classroom, and so I would repeat it. I'm like, I guess that's what we do in first grade. I don't know. So I would repeat that. I would repeat that all the time. And then when we moved to Little Village, and I started in Gary's school, my second grade teacher, Mrs. Bickham, we went in there, and I was so scared because I was a new kid, and it was all Mexican kids now. Before it was all black kids, now it's all Mexican kids. I was a new kid, and there was this one kid who said the BS word. He said it, and she yelled at him and put him in the corner, made him face the corner, and I was like, oh my God.
I was about to say it.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I guess that's not a good word. So the worst I'll say is, like, Gabriel knows me, so I'll say stupid. And the worst that I'll say is damn. Damn, that's it. Damn, that's it. That's the worst I'll say. But people will always say to me, no, you swore. And I always say, okay, tell me when. Tell me when did I swear and what did I say? And then they start thinking, they're like, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. I'm like, no, and like if I'm gonna swear, I'll spell it. And nobody ever catches that. Like I'll tell the story, I'll say something like, yeah, so I bumped into this guy, and this guy was like, what the F? Right? I'll say that, and everybody knows what the person said, but they didn't catch it that I said what the F. That's not what he said. He didn't say F, he said the real word. But nobody ever catches me saying that until later on. They're like, you know what, you're right. And people will always tell me, I heard you swear. And I'm like, well, tell me when. What did I say? Well, you said, no. Well, you know what, you're right. I don't think I've ever heard you. No, for last time I said a bad word, I was in first grade.
Oh my God, now I know why Al feels bad when he swears in front of him.
Yeah.
Now I feel like
It's just,
crap.
and the day I do swear, I think I'm going to have to tell everybody, hey, guess what? It's the new me. I'm in. Get used to it. Yeah, it's the new me,
It
right?
finally
Our
came
version.
out.
Yeah.
So somebody asked to ask you the original a neighborhood question. The original Chickies, see or no?
Yes. Oh, I used to love going to Chickies. I used to love going to Chickies, and I still go to it. I take my kids now. We go to the one at Roosevelt.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Anaheim? Yep.
Yeah, my kids love going there. Yeah, original Chickies is the best. Absolute best. So I thought I was slick. I would go there, and I knew one of the guys who used to work there. His name was Crook. Years later, I realized why they called him Crook. So I would tell him in Spanish, hey, he said, what do you want? I go, give me a combo, sweet and hot. And I would tell him, ponle extra carne. And then he's like, dude, they know what you're saying. I can't put extra meat. So
It's not a secret to them.
I stopped doing that. I said, yeah, Chickies
They
was the
grew
best.
up in the hood.
Yeah. Dan Martinez, I see you. Yeah.
Oh my
Chickies,
God.
absolutely. Yeah, that was one of my go-to spots. Yeah, that was great.
So I want to know when you're going to have a Dominating Six golf outing.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, who golfs? I golf. Do you golf?
Well, I could if you invite me.
Oh, well.
Oh, you could.
I don't think
The word is you could.
Gabriel doesn't golf. Neither does. I don't think anybody golfs. I think it's just me. I golf. I love golf.
No, I brought that up because I know you golf a lot. You know,
Yeah.
how is that?
How's your
stroke? How's your game?
My game is horrible. I only golf 2 or 3 times a year. That was it. You know who I golfed with last year that's really, really good is Julian. Julian Jumpin Perez. He's a great golfer. I mean, he's so good. But he golfs like 4 or 5 times a week, which is not fair. You know, I golf 4 or 5 times every 5 years, and he golfs like 4 or 5 times a week. He's such an excellent golfer. So it's a little bit intimidating golfing with him. So I got to, I gotta like practice before I go out golfing with him. But
We'll have to go to the golf.
Yeah.
Just the
Think
golf
that'd be a-
drive.
Gino still gets haircut in Little Village. Yes, I do.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. So I
What's
had
wrong with that?
Yeah, I do go. So the funny thing, I get my haircuts, and when I was like in dental school, the lady who cuts my hair, she says, there was a guy that came in here and he asked me, he's like, does this guy Gino, does he come here and get haircuts here? She's like, yeah, I've been seeing him for 30 years. And he's like, I want the same haircut he gets. So this guy had like, this guy had,
Gino.
yeah.
Gino.
So this guy had like really puffy hair. She's like, okay. So then she cuts it and he's like, oh my God, that's too short. She's like, well, that's what you wanted.
You wanted the Gino.
You wanted, yeah. So
So if someone goes to the salon and they open the book on what kind of hairstyle they want, they're gonna have
Not even. It's
face
going to be
hair?
on the poster.
Oh,
The
it's supposed to-
Gino.
right there, yeah.
The Gino.
Yeah. I get called. I go in. I show up and I turn. I'm like, you want it like this? Right there. You want the highlights on the side, like the way I always get now. The highlights. They're
Oh
not
my
gray hairs. They're
God.
highlights.
Oh, they're highlights. Okay,
Yes.
they're white highlights.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this is good. And Rosa, Dinamico's wife, she's amazing.
She is.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
And their daughter Chloe, she's so cute. Did you ever see her dance?
No.
Chloe, she just had a birthday. Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Oh, speaking of daughters, didn't you say this was your daughter's
Yes.
first time?
Oh, I have a video. So my daughter turned 21 last year, and so she was away at school. She goes away in college, and she was in town on spring break, and she was at the Lisa concert. So it was the first time she goes to one of my events indoors, and she absolutely loved it. I have my niece took a video of her. And she's dancing. She's like, "That's my dad!" And she's dancing, and she got to see the crowd how they were reacting to my set, and she was that was like probably one of my big highlights to see the video of my daughter dancing while I was DJing, and she's like, "That's my dad! That's my." She calls me Papi, but
That is so cute.
yeah. So that was great. That was
It's
great.
those moments like, with the things that you do and your kids get that they have that moment that's my mom, that's my dad.
Yeah.
I at least I got to see that with my oldest son when we started doing Latinos in the House, and he talked to Liz Torres, and right away she was just like, "Oh, your mom's awesome." He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "No, she's awesome."
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah, I
like,
love that.
"Yeah." He goes, "I realize now." He goes, "That she is." Like, "Oh, you realize it now?"
Yeah.
Like 30 something.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
took
But I'll
a
take
show.
it. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
I got invited a couple summers ago to do the 8th grade the speech for the 8th graders to graduate. So I was really nervous. I wrote this speech up, and it was like they're like, you could take whatever amount of time you want. I'm like, I need like 12 minutes. That's it, or 5 or 10. Just not a lot. So I wrote this speech, and I was telling her I don't know what to say, and she's like, just you know what to say. Just go ahead and do it. And so I wrote this speech, and when I went up on the stage, I didn't even read it. I just put it aside. I grabbed the mic. I was walking and I was talking, and I felt very comfortable because I looked at the audience, and it was these 8th graders from Little Village where I grew up, and I felt a real deep connection with them. And my kids were there. It was summer, so they were on summer break, and my kids were there, and they got to see me speak, and without reading anything. And they were so proud of me. They came up to me. They're like, "Papi, that was amazing. That was amazing. We didn't know you can do that." I'm like, "I didn't know I could do that. That was." I didn't know.
Myself.
I know. I'm shocked myself. Yeah, yeah. I hope you guys recorded it because I should write that down. I could do it again.
How do your kids feel about you being Gino Rockin' Romo?
So it's funny because my kids they'll always tell me, the other day we went into a restaurant last Sunday. Yeah, just a couple of days ago, we went to a restaurant and somebody recognized me, and my son, he's like, "Papi, you got recognized again." They'll always tell me, "You got recognized, you got recognized." And then, but when COVID first ended, and I've said the story before, when COVID first ended, that's when I started realizing people are like, "Wow, everywhere I go, like there'll be somebody who sees me and recognizes me. I gotta make sure I gotta lose weight, I gotta comb my hair, whiten my teeth, and so. I remember one time my youngest son Isaac, at the time he's 11 now, he's probably like 8 or 9. We went to Target, we shopped, we left. He's like, "Papi, we just went to Target. We were in there for a long time. I thought you were famous. Nobody recognized you.
Come on, puppy. What's going on?
Damn it!
Yeah.
We missed an
I said,
opportunity.
Yeah. I'm like, well, yeah. But no, they at first they would laugh about it. They thought it was funny, and now they kind of get used to it. And they'll always tell me, like, Papi, they recognize you. And it's funny because now my wife gets it a lot because my wife is always with me, and she has a very distinct, very curly hair. And so it's funny because she'll go places and she's like, yeah, I think I was recognized, because they'll see her and like they'll do a double take, and it's pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, so we got to be careful.
She's famous now.
Yeah, it's funny.
She's famous.
It's funny, but
Sandy
yeah, so
Rock and
my kids love it. They have a blast with it. Yeah, so.
Oh man,
It's funny.
you've lived a life, and I want.
It's not over, is it? My life isn't
No,
over.
it's not over.
Hey, man.
I was like, what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys doing?
But-
Because nobody knows what to do with the guests when they leave.
We do. We drink.
You find out.
We drink. We have
Okay.
a shot.
Whew. I was a
When
little nervous.
when you look at your lifespan from now to maybe the next 20 years, what would you like to see that you have not accomplished yet?
Man, that's a really good question. To me, I'm more like, the more I can do, the more I could give back is really what I really want to do. My wife and I were really into that. We're really into like giving back to the community, and I mean, obviously right now we have our daughter who's graduating from college. She's trying to get into dental school, and so I'm hoping, got my fingers crossed that she gets into dental school. And we're always about like trying to figure out ways to give back. We just haven't had a solid opportunity, but we do donate to a lot of organizations. I have a scholarship for minorities. So if you go to dental school at UIC, you can apply for the ROMO Dental Scholarship. So it's specifically given to minority students. So you got to be black or brown, and you got to be willing to work in the community. We donated, my wife and I donated $25,000,
Nice.
and it's
love that.
it's every year that we give away $1,000 to. It's not a lot of money to give out, but we do that to give back, and so it's great. And I'm like talking about this because people are like, oh, that's what you're gonna toot your own horn. But you know what? The reason why I don't mind talking about it, and it's not because I want to say, hey, I'm patting myself on the back. That's not the reason why I do it. When we talk about the tacos we give away, the fruit that we give away, the money that we give away, I don't do that to show and to elevate myself. That's not why I do it. The reason why I do it is because anybody out there who's listening could do it as well.
Inspire others
That's
to do it.
the
Inspire
reason.
others.
Yeah.
Yes, that's. I can't tell you how I've had some of these events where I donate and people were like, you know what? I want to donate too. What can I do? And I'm like, hey, well, if you want to buy some boxes of fruit or you want to buy some, go for it. Let's do it. So that's the reason why. But it gets a little bit uncomfortable because some person's like, well, this guy's boasting about what he's doing for the community, but they don't understand. That's where you get the people that will look for the ulterior motive, and then they look for the negativity. But the reason why I like to talk about it is to set an example that anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Anybody. It doesn't hurt you to be able to have a show like this and invite people to come in because, this is a platform that you can use that, to do whatever, in that fashion, or donate money or donate your time. That's the reason why I like to talk about it, because I want to inspire other people to be able to do that.
I think I don't think it's boasting. I think it's encouraging others because, again, we go back to that, well, you need to do it this way or you should be doing it that way. And it's always those people who are willing to give the advice but are not putting their money where their mouth is.
It's funny because I saw a video the other day. That just hit the nail right on the head. There's a video that gives encouragement. It tells people, it says, look, if you are going to do something and you like to do things a certain way and you get criticized for doing it, do it. Just do it. Do it for the right reason and keep doing it and do it for the right reason. Just keep doing it and just keep moving forward. Because there's that type of person, and then there's this other type of person who will critique you no matter what you do or how you do it. So now fast forward to where they're dying, right? They're at the very end of their life, and you ask this person, hey, what did you do? This person's going to say, well, I did this, I helped this out, I helped this person out, I did this, and that. What did you do? Well, I was really good at critiquing. That's what I did my entire life. My entire life, I critiqued people. That's what I did. And it really nailed home and brought home the message. It's like, that's exactly the way that we need to think about it, because we get so many people that no matter what you do, there's always people that they're gonna say, well, you should do it this way, you should do it. And I'm always like, well, why don't you do it? It takes time, it takes money, it takes dedication. You're gonna fail, you're gonna fall, you're gonna get criticized like people like yourself for trying to do something right. So you know what I do? I block them. I'll tell you a quick story. The first event that I had, if you remember, I had the boat party.
Yeah.
Right? So the event was on a Sunday, and then I remember it rained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It rained every single day. Every single day, and we had sold 400 tickets, and it's the boat. It's right after COVID. We were going to be outdoors. We had to be outdoors, not indoors, right? And I was like, oh my God. And I kept looking at the forecast, and I was like, oh my God. But it was those bad storms. It wasn't just a little, it was a bad with thunder and lightning where the boat probably wasn't even going to be able to sail out in Lake Michigan. And I was so nervous because I was thinking, we sold 400 tickets, and this is how we're going to do this. So my event was on Sunday, and I was praying, please don't let it rain that day. On Friday, one of my best friends, right? Not going to say his name. He sends me a screenshot of the forecast for Sunday. And on the forecast, it said Sunday, 60% chance thunderstorms. He sent me that screenshot on Friday night without a comment. He just sent it to me. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you do this? Why would you, you're my friend. Why would you send me the forecast that there's a 60% chance of thunderstorms, on Sunday, the day of my event? And it got me so upset. I'm thinking to myself, I don't need this right now. If anything, it should be like, hey, it's going to be great. You're going to be fine, whatever, And long story short, I blocked them. I had to block them. We don't talk anymore because it started there. And then after that, when I had my first date time, we went out for lunch. And then I was like still on a cloud nine. I was like, man, this was great. I can't believe I pulled it off. And it was great. All these people showed up. And he said, well, there was people complaining about the vendors that you had and, the prices for the drinks. And I was like, seriously? That's what you have to say? And I was like, I saw 1,200 people having a blast, but you're pointing out that somebody just... So anyways, I just end up blocking him.
Let me ask you this, only because we encounter that all the time. Mm-hmm. If he would have commended you and said it a different way, do you think you guys would still be friends beyond that one little blip that he did with the weather?
Yeah, but you know what? The way I saw it is he revealed his true colors. Okay. A true friend is gonna feel what I'm feeling. A true friend is gonna be like, man, I know Gino's worried about. If it would have been me and it would have been roles reversed and he would have been the promoter, I would have called him and I would say, hey, you know what? It's gonna be great. Don't worry about it. It's out of your control. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to be there to help you. I'm going to be there to help you to do whatever we need to do to make this event very successful. That's what I would have done. Mm-hmm. But what he did was he sent me the screenshot of the forecast.
Yeah, he could have paid that differently. He could have said, hey, it's only 60%. So not 100.
We still got 40% that's not going to
be. Right. That's what I was. I'm like, 40%.
Could have gone that route.
You're telling me there's a chance.
Could have gone that route, but that's true.
Again, I love the positivity because... Again, a lot of people, they're used to seeing the bad because it's always, yes, I know, honey, you're positive as well. People are used to seeing the negative. I mean, Pablo has seen me on my worst. I'm like, oh my God, this is what's going to be. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Because it's what we've been trained in our own lives. Yeah. So sometimes it's hard to get into that mode. I feel, that's why I asked you just in general. But again, I applaud you for the positivity. All of the Dominating Six, they have such this beautiful, positive attitude. And even being next to me, it's like, oh my God, I love the energy. I applaud it.
Let me give you an example. There was, and I won't say his name, but Gino's right about the staying away from the negativity. So there was a guy, DJ guy, I'm not going to say who it was, but he was talking smack, about this man here. So...
really?
What we did.
Gabriel! It's Gabriel! I knew it! It's Gabriel.
This guy was putting it out there, on media. But what we did as a group, we all blocked that guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, we don't, if he's doing that to him, he's doing that to all of us. So we stay away. So, and you know what? You got to stay away from negativity. Why even deal with that? Why even?
And this goes back when I was in dental school. When I applied to dental school and I got accepted, and I was so excited. People would ask, hey, so what are you doing now? How's school? I'm like, guess what? I'm going to dental school. You're going to become a dentist? And I say like 95%, like 5% of the people, which was my sister, my brothers, my parents, they were hugging me. 5%. The other 95%, they're like, we heard it's really hard. We heard it's extremely difficult. Like, you got to study so much, and it's not everybody graduates. And I was like,
damn.
I'm like,
Can I even get in the door?
Then you got to do all those people and their teeth. And all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get in the door first, and then you can tell me how hard it is.
and it would just, it would drive me. Let me text. My son is texting me. He's like, what time are you coming home?
Says until it ends.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, there.
Oh my God.
Go back with mommy. Go bother mommy now.
Aw.
Yeah. So, anyways, it goes back to that where people. He says, "Oh, okay, sorry." Yeah, that's what he said. 11-year-olds. I love it. My son is just amazing. Yeah, he's the only one that calls me. He's my 11-year-old. The other 3. It's when tuition is due, and hey, Papi, you gotta pay tuition.
I'm like, oh, you know my name now.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, hey, how I haven't talked to you in 6 months. What's going on? Yeah.
That's how they are. I'm sorry.
Boogeyman, I like that. You got teeth in the game. I love that. That's a good one. That's a good dad joke. Boogeyman.
Yeah, Boogie's always good for some good one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to Sandra because Sandra had a comment. And she was saying, Sandra Gamino, hold on. Right. She says, I ran into your daughter upstairs at Joe's, and she was so super excited to be there with you. She's like, she's a sweetheart. I love
my
that.
My daughter is such a beautiful person. And here's the thing. I have a pet peeve about parents and their kids, because I can talk about my kids a lot all day. I can do that, but I'm one of those parents that hates when other parents talk about their kids. I absolutely hate that. I just don't like that. Like if I'm somewhere and all you're gonna do is talk about your kid, I don't want to hear it. I just zone out. I just don't do it. But then I find myself doing it as well. So I made it a point not to talk about my kids. What I like to do instead, I always tell people, like, look, I don't want to talk about my kids. I'd rather have you meet them. Because when you meet them and you get to see them at their level, you get to see their personality, and I prefer it that way. So when I get so many people that are like, oh my God, I met your son. He is so intelligent. He's got such a great mind. And I'm like, I'd rather have that as opposed to me telling people, oh, my son, he's very creative and he's very good at this or that. Same thing with my daughter. My daughter is amazing. And when people meet her, that's the feedback I get. And I'm like, you know what? It's better that came out of you of course, I mean, who's going to say something bad about their kids, right? But that's a rule that I have with my wife. And I was to my wife, you know what? I don't want to talk about my kids because I can talk about them all day long, but I'd rather have people meet them and get their own opinion, from them, And
I love that.
And I love that. I love that. It's and my kids are amazing. Yeah, they are. All 4 of them. In with Illinois, and then you got Wisconsin, you got Kansas, I'm kidding. People can't take jokes anymore.
Milana says, always pay attention to people who don't clap. Not everyone is in your life is there for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. So I think one time somebody asked me, like, hey, what do you do about your haters? And I'm like, I don't have haters. I'm like, really? And I was a little bit bothered because somebody asked me, what do you do about your haters? And I'm like, wait, there's haters?
Me?
There's haters out there? I'm like, ooh, that didn't sit well in my stomach. It didn't sit well because I was thinking to myself, man, I never even thought about that. I know I never really thought about it. There's people that really hate me, like just hate stuff.
Hate is an extremely strong
It's a very
word.
strong word. Yeah, to me, I just look at it like, again, if they're negative, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I got a million things going on, as you can tell, and I don't have time to get my mind sidetracked and go down that ugly rabbit hole. I don't like that. Yeah.
I like that. Learning a lot here from you, Gino.
Good.
Learning a lot.
Good. And then now we do everything in Spanish.
Okay.
So that
This is the part I've been waiting for all night.
Right. Pablo's waiting
This
to
will take like 3 hours.
Yeah, Pablo was waiting to shine. You got your moment, Pablo?
Oh, yo estoy listo, brother.
So, you're talking Puerto Rican.
Mi
Come on.
gente. Mi gente, vamos a hablar en género aquí. Vamos a empezar a hablar de veras.
You lost
Look at him.
control.
He's like,
Look at
I'm ready.
look at me.
Get ready, Papi. I've been waiting all day for this,
Yeah,
Papi.
we were just kidding. We were just kidding. We were just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, Pablo.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say right
No.
now.
I don't even know what he said because it was Puerto Rican.
Just say huepa.
Yeah, see?
Say it with
Yeah.
me.
Somebody-
Huepa.
It's
Somebody-
just your north side side.
Yeah, the north side is coming out.
The horrible part out of me.
I don't know why you're wearing a Chicago South Side t-shirt.
Because you know what? I fell in love on the south side. Yeah.
Aw.
Ah, look at that. How nice. How nice.
That was so
at
sweet. Oh my God, Rick is like Pablo Pistola.
Pablo Pistolas, yeah.
That's going to be
All gone.
my Spanish rock DJ.
That's his stage name. Yeah.
Oh my
You know, they got
God.
Diamond coming up to the stage. They got Pablo Pistolas.
Spanish rock. I play Spanish rock. That's my name. And then my EDM name will be Paul Gunn.
So if I ever get the chance to introduce you on the stage, that's exactly what I'm gonna
You know-
do.
Oh, you gotta do it in español. Pablo Pistolas.
Pablo Pistola.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe in October you can introduce me at.
I'm sorry. Can we get back to me now? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pablo. You're taking up my airtime.
Damn.
I got an 11-year-old waiting for me at home.
Chacho.
You know why he's texting me? Because we're going to the Cubs game tomorrow.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. I know
Yeah,
you're
I'm going to the opener.
big Cubs
Yeah.
fan.
So he's not going to school because I think I may have heard him cough. So he's not going to school.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So
Hey,
that's
you're
why
in
he's
the medical
texting me.
field. You
He
should
wants
know.
to make sure we're still on.
You
Yes.
should know. You should know.
Yes, because
Yeah.
you know you're technically you are a doctor.
Yeah. Yes, I
You
am.
are a doctor,
Yes,
so
yes.
you can
yes,
tell
I am.
these
Yeah.
things.
I'm a tooth doctor, but yes.
Do you write notes for your kids? Or you
I
can't make
do.
it today?
I do.
'cause-
Yeah. I give it to mom. Here you go. Give this to your mother. You can't go to school tomorrow because we're going to a Cubs game. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah. So we'll
you
be there
excited?
tomorrow. I am excited. It's supposed to rain though towards the end, so
Let's not talk
Fingers
about rain.
crossed.
Let's
No.
not
40%
talk.
chance. 40%
No,
chance. So that
they
means it's
said-
not.
So you got 60% chance that it's
Right.
I
not
was
gonna
watching
rain.
Channel 7. They said it's supposed to wait till the end
It's
of the
gonna
game.
rain after the game.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
after the game. That's
So
what
who are
I
they
heard.
playing?
The Washington Nationals.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So it's gonna
should
be
be
good.
pretty
We're
easy.
diehard Cub fans, as you can tell. Last year we went to Tokyo. We went to Tokyo to watch their
I
games.
saw that.
Oh, that was so good. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
with all the trips that you've taken, that should be your next route. Like doing like these little 1-minute snippets of where to go. Here, you should go here, like to Milan, or you should go to, you know, whatever you do.
How much would you pay for that service?
I probably would.
Got our first client right here.
I probably
Yeah,
would.
let's have a Club ROMO event in Tokyo. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Give us a year to save up.
Tokyo was amazing. I'll tell you, when we were at the game, it was 5 a.m. in the morning over there, and we hadn't slept all night, and I was trying so hard not to fall asleep because I was like, we came from so far away, I'm not gonna fall asleep, and we had such a great experience. It was just me and my boys.
So Rick and Reich are going to play.
Oh, that's right. Rick and Reich will be there. They're a couple now, Rick and Reich. Yeah. They're
Like a sitcom.
yeah, it's 2026. It's okay.
It's okay, you know. Hey.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's all right.
Love is
It's all
love.
right.
But they're gonna be there, and I think they asked me like, what section are you in? So you know what I did? I gave them the opposite section. And they don't know this. They'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just kidding, fellas. See you
You'll
tomorrow.
be like, hey, where is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah,
Oh my
where is he
God.
at? Yeah. Yeah, so those are good guys. Those are my brothers right there, Reich and Rick.
Well, how many? Well, I think we're all Cubs fans, right? Except for Rick. He's the only Sox
Rick
fan.
is he's the only but he's going to the Cubs game tomorrow. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that
Traitor.
tell you? Yeah,
Put him on the kiss cam.
yeah.
Oh, Rick and Reich
Oh,
on
yeah.
the Kiss Cam.
Yeah,
I
they
would
could-
love that.
They could do the whole
That would
Coldplay
be
thing.
awesome.
They could do the whole
What-
Coldplay.
Yeah, the whole COVID or
Coldplay,
Coldplay.
yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've been practicing that. I'm
Actually,
just saying.
that'd be a-
I'm just saying.
I can't-
They've
you
been
know what?
practicing that.
We need to do that at the October one.
I think we
At
can
the
make
Club
that happen.
Romo,
Yes,
yep.
yes, yeah, that'd be good. And, oh, Gabriel's a Sox fan too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told you he was not that smart.
Oh, see, I see. Well,
Hey now, hey now. Did you see the sign earlier?
Oh, I did see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's coming down. It's okay. The White Sox sign on the wall.
Yes, there is. Yes, there
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, Gino, it has been such a pleasure having you here.
Wait, what time did we start the show?
7:30.
No, what time are we? Oh, wait, we're live right now?
Yeah.
This whole time?
This
It's
is
been-
what they practice.
Oh,
I
I
know.
This is the real deal.
We're just warming up.
Pablo, didn't you tell him? My God.
No hace caso. No hace caso.
I have no idea what he's saying. No sabo.
Gabriel, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
White Sox.
We
baby.
need to get you in this seat now.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
asked
get Gabriel
him,
here.
I asked Gabriel.
We're gonna have to bring Gino
I
with
asked
you though.
Gabriel. I asked Rick.
He says you're shy.
We're waiting
Yes.
for Caveman.
When you bring Gabriel, I'm gonna have a bunch of index cards that I want him to say about me. So, because he knows a lot about me. He knows a lot about me, so I just gotta keep him straight and just.
Got secrets.
Yeah, he said that he has a lot of
He's got
secrets. Yeah.
secrets.
Yeah. So what do you guys have next after this?
So we take a break next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then?
And then we have Tony Techniques.
Oh, nice. Tony's
Yeah.
great
Tony
guy.
Techniques.
Yeah.
And then we're working on Victor Salazar.
Ooh,
And
another good
right
guy.
before I go into surgery, we are looking at Crate Bug.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I feel small. Wow. Wow. Here I thought this was a pinnacle of it. No, it turns out this is just like the fluffer of the show.
You're the opening. You're the
Yeah.
opener. You're the opener.
Yeah, just the yeah. There's nothing wrong being an opener. Speaking of my opener, Victor Salazar.
He's a
Salazar,
good-
Oh my God.
You know what? For him being the opener in his last event,
Yeah.
he got him going early.
Oh, he did.
He did.
Yeah. As soon as he started playing, people started walking in.
Yeah.
People
Right
were
away,
dancing.
started dancing.
Yep.
Good job,
yep.
Victor.
And you got to get Hard Roman out here. I don't know how you're gonna do it.
We're going to have to go to him.
You're gonna have to.
We're going to have to go to you, Harv Roman, which we don't have a problem
We're gonna
with.
have Harv Roman, and then we're gonna have Milana here as well.
Yeah, Milana. Well, you interviewed Milana at the Latinos at the.
No,
No, I didn't.
No.
And you did.
she was at the panel.
She was on the panel.
And
Yeah,
was
she was on
here.
the panel.
She was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, she was here. Yeah, Milana's great.
She's
yeah. Her dad was my baseball coach when I was in. I did say that, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, when I was.
It's okay. You know your age is coming out. That's fine.
It's okay.
You're human.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
what's your
I
name?
think-
Sorry. Who am
Milana
I?
will be here co-hosting with Pablo.
What's Milana's nickname?
Carrie
Oh, yeah?
Cortines.
No,
No.
she's the Rabbit Queen.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
Boing 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 boing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, you got to get little Manny. Little Manny.
Little Manny.
Yeah, you know this
There's-
guy. This guy does a lot of mashups, and he's like a little music producer. Yeah,
Okay.
There's
he's
a lot
really
of
good.
people that we want to
He's
talk
such an
to.
amazing DJ.
I
Oh
want
my
to talk
God.
to. I want to have
Yeah.
Julius Oliver here too. I want to
Julius
talk
would
to
be
him.
good.
I mean, there's a lot of great
Yeah.
DJs out
We
there.
still have to get Myra, because
Myra's
Myra was
amazing.
supposed to be here this month.
Yeah.
Can't wait
And
for
then
Myra.
she got a new position, so congratulations.
Way to
Gotta
go.
make that
So
money.
yeah, we got to turn
No
around
money,
and get
no
her out
honey.
there.
You got to get Caveman out here.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
gotta change our whole day just for Caveman, and we're willing to do that.
Well, yeah, because but
Whoa,
he
whoa,
said
whoa, whoa!
Monday.
He gets a day change because
Yeah.
he wants one.
Yeah.
What?
But he's gonna make us go up against the industry DJs, and we can't do
Oh,
that.
he's got to be on a
Oh,
Monday.
We can't do that. So
Okay.
we're gonna have to figure something out for him.
Yeah, shout out to Alex, TJ Kid. Yeah, TJ Kid. Him and Al, man, those guys are
Oh,
amazing.
those are our mentors.
Yeah,
Those were our mentors.
That's right. If it wasn't for them,
yeah.
we
Tom
wouldn't be
Perez.
here.
Nope.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom Perez.
Yes, hello, Tom.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for the kind words. Appreciate that.
I really appreciated our interview today. I mean, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time.
Good.
You okay, Tony? You gonna be
Good.
able to
I
sleep?
told you I was a
I
little
had to take
stupid.
another hit of
Miss
the inhaler.
Superfan, Mr. Superfan.
It's like,
What is it? Wait, what is this? This is. It's only for glaucoma. What are you doing?
don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
I was like, why is there a skunk walking around here?
I can't stand you right now.
So for
Just
all,
kidding.
for all those
It's
people that
okay.
stayed this
What are you gonna do? Kick me out? Show's over.
we got a raffle. For
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
right,
people
got a
that
raffle.
stayed late, we're gonna raffle out Gino's chapstick.
Oh yeah. You may want to scrape the.
The first person that
Scratch
the
the
virus
the
that's on
first
there.
layer
Yeah.
of the chapstick.
That's right.
And it's yours.
And it's yours. Yeah.
For, I don't know, let me pick a
Pablo
name.
Wilson.
Louis Segura.
Congratulations, Louis.
Give it to Gabriel.
Louis.
Just give it to Gabriel. He deserves it.
Was it
That punk got on my nerves already.
Oh my God. So let's recap. Because I have to start from Saturday.
Yes. At
Crash.
the crash. Yeah.
10 minutes for Pablo.
And
Gino
park.
has
Don't
rest of
crash. Park. When you come.
Greatest 10 minutes set you're
I
ever gonna
think
hear
you're
in your
missing
life.
your calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the next route is the comedian.
Yeah, you should be. He got a great hookup, Mikey O.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my wife tells me all the time. She says, "You got to be careful." I'm like, "Careful for what? What are you talking about?" She's like, "When we meet people, you know, some people they don't get your jokes." You get-
Yeah,
I'm like, "That's
saying-
not my problem."
Yeah, Mike's the same way.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, and he's like, what? And I'm like, okay, just
Yeah, my wife tells me all the time, "Just be careful." She's like, "You know, they don't understand your sense of humor," and I'm like, "I'm probably not gonna see them anymore."
And
anyways.
what Lewis's typing is right because after the show, we're almost done here. We do a
Yes,
shot.
we have to do a shot.
And
Oh, good, because I did bring my gun.
And I see you drink.
Those kind of shots.
I see
Like
you
in the
drink.
air?
I see
No.
you drink and dance. Oh, like
Oh,
like this one
I'm
time.
glad you remembered, Louis.
Wait, hold
We're
on.
gonna try-
Wait. Do that again, Pablo.
That was Gino dancing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's his dance. At one of those house parties.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. I swallowed it. Yeah. It's all good though. It's all good. Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man.
so done. All right, the crash is on Saturday
Yeah.
with Pablo's 10-minute set and Gino doing
Yeah.
the rest of the set.
So let me just reiterate, because Pablo's going on at what time?
11?
11. Then they asked me, what time do you want to go on? I said, put me on at 11:10.
So, but the
Yeah.
best 10-minute ever in your life.
10 minutes of fury. Make it sound good, like Epic Fury. This whole thing.
Epic, the epic fury.
Yeah, no,
set
it's
to
10
now
minutes.
live at the crash.
10 minutes of fury right here. This guy.
Gabriel says he can't unsee this now.
No,
I'm just gonna play.
Wait, do it one more time for the people that missed. Do it again.
what?
Fury.
Do it through your dance.
Right? Oh, this is the Gino dance. I seen him dance once in my life.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. You
That
were
was-
like at your,
that guy was much taller.
at your one of your holiday parties back then.
What did I do?
And I'm like, that's Tim.
Is that the way I look?
You were dancing.
Forget the Cubs game. I'm taking dance lessons tomorrow.
You had a little bit too much that night.
No.
Oh, Louis said he's like, true story. Mike was wearing a mask while we were interviewing me. He was like, I almost lost it. Yeah, he did.
Wait, that's a mask? Oh, that's Mike.
That's Mike.
Louis, that's not nice.
Oh, so now he's gonna pull out the mask. I don't know where it's at, wherever you put it.
I had a couple. I had 3 different masks.
Oh my God. All right, so we've got the crash on Saturday, April 12th, we've got Taylor Dane.
Taylor Dane, yes.
So make sure you
With
make it
Rick
out. Get your
Guerrero.
tickets. Get your tickets at www.
Joe's Rosemont.live.com. Yeah.
There you
Joe's
go.
Live Rosemont.com, something like that. Look it up. It's on my Facebook.
So go on there.
Yeah.
And then in July, we have the Chicago House Run.
Yes. July 19th.
There you go.
Yep.
And then on September 5th,
That is a freaky. I don't know how to look that way. You need to show that. You need to show that mask on this side.
That's his makeup
That is
mask.
one freaky sexual kind of.
That's what it's
Yeah,
for.
yeah, that's what it's for.
That's what it's for. That's his makeup mask.
This is the mask we're
This is
talking
the
about.
mask we're watching while we're
This
interviewing.
does not. This is freaky. That is freaky. You should wear it while you're driving.
I'm gonna wear it while I'm DJing.
Wear it while
been
you're driving.
assaulted. The mask has been
Yeah.
assaulted.
What could possibly go wrong? Yep.
Then we have a couple of festivals in between.
Yes.
And then September 5th, Navy Pier last weekend,
Yep.
which is Labor Day weekend.
And I'm bringing an artist.
And he's bringing an artist.
Navy Pier, I cannot wait. You guys are gonna be so excited.
And then October 18th,
Yes.
Club Romo
Yes.
is back.
Yes, we're back.
Your
October
birthday
18th.
month. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes, I'm
There you go.
October 22nd. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll start sending the gifts over. Don't wait till last minute. Send them over. My size is cash. That's my size.
He loves bread. Oh,
Yeah.
I just learned
Love
today.
bread, yeah. He loves bread.
Sweet
Lots
bread, all
of
kind
bread.
of, all kind of
Conchas.
sweet
Lots of
treats.
bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of bread.
Any color concha?
No, doesn't matter. It's just
Concha's a
conchas.
concha.
Yeah.
Concha's a concha.
Yeah, and not little concha from Cicero. Not that girl. I'm talking real bread concha. Not little concha.
Big pan dulce concha. Like,
Yeah, not that girl. Not that girl that calls herself little concha who lives in Cicero. That's not who we're referring to. I'm talking about real bread. Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This has been a show.
Does it always get this stupid, or is it just?
Oh my! What?
Is it
We
just-
made Gino swear today. What's
my
going
God.
on?
Oh,
He
my
did
Lord.
not swear.
Oh, that is a bad
That's
word.
for him. For him, it
It's
is.
after 10 o'clock. It's allowed.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's allowed.
It's now parentally free.
Yeah.
It's not parentally
Thank you
guided.
for skipping the 10 o'clock news and being here with us.
Oh my
What?
God! Yes.
Oh my God, I'm a
Skip
big
the
news
10 o'clock.
guy. Yeah.
And I need to find out if Illini won or not. So.
No, they play
April-
tomorrow.
No,
Illini?
Illini played today. That's what I was
No,
watching.
Thursday.
No.
No, that was Illinois State.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Thank you
Yeah.
for correcting me.
Well, I'm here to
My
help.
bad.
I'm here to help you. Yeah.
I want to see if the kids still
Tomorrow.
got that
Tomorrow they
bracket
play
going
at
on.
night. Yeah.
Yep.
That was Illinois State. Yeah.
That'll be watching that tomorrow. What is it? Salerno's April 11th.
Oh, George Lamond's coming.
George Lamont is coming. We have Tim Spin and Shomer. We have
I know
DJ
that guy.
QMM,
I know that
Rich
guy.
Huerta, Chaz D, Peter Apprecio, Tom Perez. Who else am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anybody. Along with Shauna. Am I right?
Oh, she's great.
Laura.
Oh, Laura, my bad.
Laura, yeah. Laura,
Laura
yeah.
will be there as an
Yeah.
opening act, and then George Lamont will be there.
Salerno's is a great place.
It is.
Yeah, I really like Salerno's.
Oh, and Philip Delamora.
Yes.
He's
Oh,
probably
that's
doing
right.
the wave,
That's
new
right.
wave set
They're
again.
doing New Wave on the other
Yep.
side.
Nice.
New wave like the last time.
They,
Nice.
So get your tickets. You can contact me. You can contact QMM.
I would go just to see QMM.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all you
Plays
need to
all my
see.
favorite songs.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
No, he made me twerk. Weren't we twerking to his set? You were playing some juke and
You
me.
shouldn't say that out loud.
Me and Miller were twerking.
Me and him were twerking. I mean, keep it to yourself. I don't know.
All right, sorry.
I
TMI,
mean,
TMI,
just-
TMI.
You know what? I think we need some juke at the Club Romo one day. I'm just, throwing it
Yeah.
out there. In
That
the
goes on
universe.
backstage.
That's
Throwing it
right.
out in the universe.
And it's in the green room.
See if it sticks.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay extra for that.
Next week we are going to be off because we need a break after this one.
Oh man, and a couple of drinks.
We will be back the following week with Tony Techniques, and we're still working on our Tuesday. So hopefully, Victor Salas, if you're out there, we need you.
And be honest, am I gonna get invited back again, or is this?
Of
this the one?
course.
Are you sure?
Of course,
Yes,
right?
yes, you
Okay.
are. You're gonna
You'll
be
be
hosting
invited
with me.
back before Boogeyman.
You're gonna be
Don't,
hosting with me.
Oh, me and Boogeyman and this. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Finally get you guys together.
Yeah, get us together, me and Boogeyman. He's gonna bring Gibson steaks. Yeah.
Gibson's
Yeah.
all the
I'm
way.
waiting.
All the way.
Or Rosebud.
I wanted to send out a happy birthday to DJ Lugo, who had a birthday this week, and Carlos Valderrama. Both of them are a part of our executive board and are the reason why Latinos in the House also has been thriving. They are the backbone to helping me, along with Pablo and Mike and Cesar Rolon. Don't want to miss them.
And I will be there October 3rd, so you guys
October
make sure.
3rd.
Yes.
He's going to be there.
I
So
will be there. Yeah.
we have our new wave alternative set. We have our honor to the Filipino community and their house music contributions. So that's going to be really cool. I'm excited for that one. DJ Speed will be there, and then others to be announced. And then we'll announce our next panel in April.
Okay.
So that's where we'll go with that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning
you, guys.
in. I really appreciate Gino, thank you so much.
Oh, this was fun.
It was a great, great show.
This was
I
good.
have laughed quite a bit today.
Good.
Oh
Good.
my God! But God bless you.
Thank
you
you.
so much. May you continue to do great things in the community.
you.
I know you will.
Fingers crossed. And if you see me out there, please stop by and say hi and support my events because it's just it makes me want to do more.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
makes
you
me
go.
wanna do more.
And take his advice. If you can do something nice for somebody,
Yes.
then do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
And
And
if you're worried about the blowback, there is none.
There is none.
Stay away from
No.
There is none.
negativity.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
Yep.
Block
Do
it.
it. Do
Block
it.
the negativity.
If you
in
learn
life.
nothing you learned from today, you learn to be kind and block negativity.
And you learned a few words in Spanish.
Whatever those words
Throw in
were.
it. Yeah.
Gracias para eso, Gino.
Wow. That's like level 2 right there. That's amazing. Muy
I'll get this
impresionante.
Spanish
Who's
stuff.
the tier
I'll
two?
get the tier. I mean, we are
Wow.
Latinos in the house, right?
Yeah.
and
One of
Louis-
us got to get it.
Latinos
Louis,
en la
make
casa.
sure you call him and let him know he's taking a shot whether he likes it or not.
That's right.
Am I? I'm doing shots?
Yeah,
right.
we do
Oh,
shots.
wow.
That's
All right.
how we keep this
Good.
going.
I mean, if that's what I was promised,
Yes.
that's, do I get paid now or?
later on.
Oh,
Later on. Like
okay,
right
good.
after we take the shot.
Good. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got
Yes.
to slip you the money right between the vodka pasta and the cookies.
Yeah. Well, and dinner was great. That was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah. The
thank
valet
you.
guy. That was a valet guy for you guys, right?
Yes, it was.
Some guy took my car. I hope he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do have valet,
Sure it
right?
was, sure it was,
You do
Gino.
have valet, right?
Sure it was, Gino. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
That was our ballet guy.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you guys. This was a blast. I had
thank
such
you.
a good time.
Thank you.
Hey,
Okay.
Jose Villatano, one of my patients, is tuning in. What's up, Jose? Great guy. Him and his wife.
Make sure you rewind this, bro, because this was a really good show. I hope you were on here, and if you missed it, make sure
it
you
was all right.
you like go all the way to the beginning on YouTube. It's a great
say
show.
rewind?
I did say rewind.
Be kind, rewind. Remember that? Block-
On the videos.
Yeah. Be kind, rewind.
And
Oh
share
my
if you
God.
care.
There you go. Make sure you visit the events this weekend. Or, I'm
Abril,
sorry,
what's
not
up,
this
Abril?
weekend.
That's
April
another one.
11th or April 11th, Salerno's. This Saturday.
April
Pablo-
12th. Yeah. Oh,
Nope, because Crash. This is
Crash.
weekend Saturday. And then April 12th, Taylor Dane.
Yep.
We will be there right after our engagement party.
you know what? I gotta get tickets so I can give away for Taylor Dane. I didn't bring any, but
Rant.
you know, people, I do that where if you spot me, you get free tickets.
I love
I
that.
gotta get some.
I love that
I gotta get some. Yeah. So I'm getting
He's
chased.
like, guess where I'm at? And I'm
Yeah,
like, where's
the other
he
day
at?
there was a police officer chasing me with the lights on. I was like, he probably just wants tickets. So I just kept I didn't have any. I'm sure I'm sure that's what it was. Right? I just kept going. So
Until he met you at the house and be like, sir.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Good night.
We really appreciate you.
Buenos nachos.
Have a great night. We will see you in 2 weeks. Gino, thank you for stopping
Thank
by
you,
and being here.
guys.
We will
Thank
definitely
you.
have you back again. And we will see you guys. Thank you so much.
God bless.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
bye bye. Adios.
Wepa.
Adios.
Epa.
It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers,